Sunday is a blind light. Sunday, Sunday is a blind light. Sunday is a blind light. Sunday, Sunday.
Good divisional morning, gearheads. You are currently witnessing the Blind Mike experience, and golly gee, are you blessed. Go to blindmike.net for all of Mike's solos, arpeggios, and scales. On today's show, Andrew Tate goes on an apology tour. Seth Simons, who? Well, some guy doesn't like people who are funnier than him, so he made a website. Nanny Nanny Billy Goat. Chris D'Elia is still a delusional creep. LEMAIRE and Ishan Ahmad, did I say that right? Make an appearance. And the toe was expecting a tidal wave, but was instead left alone and thirsting in the desert. Oh, Aaron, when will you learn? All that and more. And now, here's your host, a man who can't see how hot Casey Day is, but can probably just sense it through the screen. Blind Mike Geary.
Welcome, everybody, to the Blind Mike Project, your home for comedy news. TMZ for comedy, some call us. I want Casey Day and ELECTRA, of course, with us. I want to start the show by talking about WATS real quick, because I thought we would explain this all on Thursday, and we didn't.
Did not. Explain at the end.
You know, actually, let me ask you, Casey. Well, you knew already.
I did not. I knew what you told me, there would be a change, but I did not know that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Were you surprised by the way we did it as a viewer of WATS every week?
I am not that. No. But yes, I was surprised with the sort of the weight of the announcement, because I think, rightly thinking, that would have taken over the show. I think Carl knows that super chats coming in, that's going to be the whole fucking show. So not talking about it till the end might be strategically intelligent, I think.
Oh, I thought the opposite. I thought we just spend the whole show we're there for an extra 40 minutes or whatever, because people are flooding the chat with how can you do this to us? I thought is what we would get. It has been actually, one guy reached out to me this morning and said, I'm excited for the new Dabbleverse show, which is, it marks the very first one to say that to me. Everyone else was like, fuck you, you asshole, for changing this.
I'm in a full-blown panic, I gotta say.
So here's the thing, is I agree with a lot of the people that were like, hey, it was a nice escape from all the Dabbleverse shit. And the people that are saying that are the exact same amount from the day we started up until last Thursday.
Yes.
It has been the exact same number of people watching every week, which I like, by the way. I have no problem with that. And I think if it was just on my channel and I wasn't doing it with Carl, like if it was just a second show that we did a week where I talk about John Siriusani and Woke Dead, I would have just kept doing it. The difference is it's me and Carl both putting our time and effort into it. And it became without KMS being on, my third most important show. And Carl's probably fourth or fifth, So it kind of became a thing of like, why is it worth our time? Which like I said, I would have kept doing it, but I think there would have been a point where I wanted to do a second Blind Mike project a week instead of that. You know what I mean? Like something more that I'm more interested in, and we would have worked in, you know, if Woke Dad comes back or whatever, to those episodes. And I never mentioned anything to Carl about kind of thinking that way. There have been a few times, I think this is a good sign for guys hosting a show together, where I've thought something and never said anything about it, and then he brings it up. Or even not even brings it up. Like, I was starting to get annoyed by the amount of jingles and shit we were playing. It was like everyone super chatted. It was a fucking jingle.
We couldn't tell.
And then one day it just stopped. Like Carl never mentioned. It was just like on instinct. He was like, "All right, let's stop doing that." So I think he reads me pretty well, which is a good sign. But he called me like the day before, I think. So a lot of thought really went into this. But he was talking. We were talking about this, and he's like, you know, what if we just talked about the Devilverse stuff that you and I don't really get into on our own shows. The weird thing that I thought, and I understand this complaint from people, is I was like, so we won't talk about John or Aaron because Carl already does shows around them, and he's like, oh no, we will. So I don't know. Okay. My goal, I don't know how he feels about it, but my goal will be to, I assume he would agree with me on this, to avoid anything that was already talked about on his other shows.
Or maybe best of. You know, scalp the top and just do the best of the stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go, you know?
Yeah, something like that. And then we'll talk, like, the stuff that happened with, like, Cardiff and Tukey. Like, that I actually find interesting and I might bring up on this show. But now there's, like, a dedicated outlet to it. So I think all it'll really result in is me talking less about those characters here, you know? And focusing more on, like, the stuff we're talking about today.
That's why I'm in a panic, because I love those guys. Because I love those guys.
Well, here's my philosophy on it right now, and this might change over time. I think Carl mentioned kind of doing everything short form. Not necessarily short form, but like the way we were doing it on WATS, where it's like no segment is going to be more than 10 or 15 minutes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give or take. We can spend more time on it if we want to, but I'm saying that the general idea going in is that. Whereas, like, today, that fucking Steel Toe segment will probably take us an hour. You know what I mean? So I think I'll still do that stuff here when it warrants it. But, yeah, I think it'll be fun. And the funny thing is, like, to the people that are like, hey, fuck you for ending Who Are These Socials? It's just all the same shit people are already talking about. It'll probably be double the viewers watching this stupid thing. You know?
Easy. So my goal, though, is, because I'm going to help a little with some of the stuff, is to kind of like keep the vibe at WATS. Like, if you keep the vibe at WATS and just cover this other content, I think that makes everyone happy, right? Like the fans of WATS who actually just like the banter stuff. And you're just essentially extending the banter conversation, because the banter was mostly Dabbleverse all the time. And so it was like a little Dabbleverse at the beginning. You would see your viewership spike, and then, yeah, it would, you know. But I think this is all because Woke Dad left. I think we have to say, once Woke Dad left.
Woke Dad left, King Cobra died. Balin got less interesting. Delete Laws got less interesting.
Matt Reese wanted to murder you. I mean, there are, you know, there was some consequences from that show.
Yeah, that's true.
We know the amount of pussiness that the Dabbleverse is. You're safe. You're good. No one will ever touch you.
Yeah, so I guess that was the main thing I wanted to clarify that I would have done on the show, but we didn't really talk about. That was the other thing I wanted to start the show with. It is there are people that I bet listen to that show every week. There's a lot of podcasts that I listen to pretty regularly that I don't always finish. So guaranteed that there are people that listen to that podcast that didn't get to the last 10 minutes, and they're just like, all right, I'll see Mike and Carl next week on a regularly scheduled program. So that's why I was surprised by that. But the main thing I wanted to say to people, if you're upset about it, is the only other real option was, like, in 6 weeks, we probably would have had a conversation like, hey, do you want to just stop doing this?
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's either Carl and I do a show together or we don't. That was kind of the options that were, at least that's how I kind of imagined it. So.
Well, I look forward to it, except for the gripping fear that I have to make the intro and stuff like that, because everyone's going to hate it. And so I can't win. If I make some beautiful intro, they're going to be like, why isn't it WATS? So this is horrifying for me. I can't wait. Next Thursday, people.
Will it change anything on this show, Mike?
Yeah, a little bit, but not much. He just said.
Well, yeah, I did just say all that, but
People in the chat are asking.
yeah, I said there's a chance at times I do. Well, what I think it'll definitely change is like if John does something on Monday, then it'll probably be talked about on that show as opposed to this show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the stuff that I wait all week to get to will probably be covered on Thursday instead of, especially if it's on this channel. If I have the say, when it's on this channel, you know?
Yeah, we'll definitely get over here, but Carl, you better leave me some Stut Joe. Just leave us a little Stut Joe for over here.
Well, I guess that's what I mean. Either way, I'll talk about the stuff I want to talk about, so it'll either be that show or this show, one or the other.
Nice. How's the weather where you are, Mike?
We're supposed to get 18 inches of snow.
Nice.
Oh, fun.
The internet's holding out, so so
Yeah.
far so good. But if he drops out, we'll wait for him to come back, and if not, we'll talk to chat and then.
Everyone sit quietly and wait. If I'm not here.
Yes, we will wait. All right,
Before
Mike.
we get into the show proper, can we play this LEMAIRE Lee clip real quick?
Absolutely.
It's just kind of an update on an ongoing saga we've been covering, Lewis versus LEMAIRE, where LEMAIRE spoke up. I think this is on the Matt and Shane Patreon, but it's from Crack Amico. The great Crack Amico tweeted it out and put a warning out to LEMAIRE Lee. So this is, if they're still doing a bit, it's not a great one because they've let us in on it. Lewis has been like, I like LEMAIRE, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? If it's not a bit, I don't understand LEMAIRE's perspective here because he's shitting on a guy for not being funny who has created a world that has brought LEMAIRE in. Without Lewis, there really is no... LEMAIRE is just Shane's opener that no one really knows. Like, because of Lewis and because of kind of the environment that Lewis has created, LEMAIRE is able to have a personality. And I think he owes Shane a lot more for that than Lewis, obviously. But, like, Lewis has created a world where some of these fucking retard openers are celebrated and get a fan base. Like Sean Gardini's also in this clip. He's beloved because there was an environment that allowed comedy fans to find all of these new people on different outlets. So LEMAIRE does not let this Lewis beef go, it seems.
I don't know what to do now.
Who are you going to beef with next?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm finished with Lewis.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, you heard it here first, man.
He's been talking shit still. I don't think I'm finished with Lewis.
What are you thinking about getting Lewis for?
I don't know. It's going to be funny and creative.
Don't come to gas station tomorrow.
Stuff he can't do.
Damn.
He's laughing through it, so I can't tell if he's really like not committing to the bit or if he's genuinely like, fucking Lewis isn't funny, but like he is lucky in the sense that Lewis handles all this shit well. Because there's a lot of guys who would just be like, "Fuck LEMAIRE," like who is he? But I think Crack Amico is going to handle it, which I'm excited for.
That's a shot across the bow.
Yeah, it's just the truth.
Did you have this kind of phase when you were younger? Or is
What?
this just a midlife thing for you?
Oh no.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what LEMAIRE is doing. It seems like an odd strategy. He seems like half committed to it, which is weird, but we'll see. I think Crack Amico is going to take it up to another level. But like, I like LEMAIRE, and I think he's funny in the environments I've seen him in, which are being kind of like a punching bag on Matt and Shane and stuff like that. I don't know his stand-up that well. I'm sure he's a funny guy. But like, for him to be like, what I do is going to be creative and funny, unlike Lewis, I think it seems ill-advised to put that out there like that because now people are expecting a lot. And I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. I'm glad Lewis has Crack on his side because I'm excited for whatever the LEMAIRE Lee song is going to be. But we'll keep an eye on that. We will keep reporting on this as news breaks.
That's how we start every HackRide Studios meeting. What we do today will be creative and funny. Now let's think of something. It's a good positive approach to creative.
Good slogan, yeah.
We do have some.
Yay, super chats.
Maybe we get through some of these
okay,
before
yeah.
we.
Sure.
Electra?
Drew P. Balls, $9.99. No better Sunday than this. Snowed in and locked on watching BMP and then the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Life is so good. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, buddy. It's the first time we've clashed with the Patriots. You know, we lived in an environment where the Patriots weren't making that brief window where the Patriots weren't dominating is when the Blind Mike started.
Will that be known as the Mac Jones era or that terrible coach you had era? Which era? What will that?
No, Ron Mayo wasn't here long enough. I don't think it would be either.
Okay.
It'll just be, I don't know, between Brady and May, assuming May is here for a long time.
It'll be forgotten one time.
No one will ever talk about it, I don't think.
All right, Alexa.
Nick Danger 12345 $10. Glad to catch the show live for once. Big fan. I love Casey and what's his name? Let them fight.
Thank you, buddy. Yes, I came into the room and Casey was bumping Tupac, and I said, "Boy, this is great." Craig is yelling a lot of these words, but it's in a much different tone.
It's culture shock when you get into these rooms on Sunday morning between Craigers and I.
Dawn Fried Chicken $9.99. Craig and my daughter built a snow igloo in the yard, and they've been in there for hours, and he won't let me in. Why is there steam coming out of it, too?
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, this little popsicle, it never goes down.
How many licks does it take to get to... we love you, Craigers.
Mike O'Neill, $2. Mike, how do you know when you're done shoveling?
That's a new version. That's a new version of it.
I like that.
When the wife says I'm done. Hey-oh.
That's nice.
Thank you. All right, Electra, a few more here.
Manny Muskets coming in with $5. Most importantest, Bright LEMAIRE's brother into shit talk him, and if was an awesome ep.
Well
I just
said.
read that word for word.
Well said, Manny.
Yes,
Made us
well
all
said.
drunk, Manny. Thank you. That's two more here.
Dawn Fried Chicken, $4.99. Carl is going to overdo John and Aaron if you let him talk about them on the show, Mike. Reminds me of what you said about Comedy Central.
I'll definitely. Well, here's the other thing: is like, I'm not that interested in talking about all of these characters, but I think that's kind of an interesting role to have. You know, like the fact that I don't really get the appeal of Karmic X. I think that could be interesting, where people have to sell me on him because I'll just be honest about what I think about all of them. So, we'll see how that
Can
goes.
you dress like a referee? That would be fun. The zebra, we can call you.
No.
The
No, I
black
cannot.
zebra.
No, I cannot.
He calls balls and strikes, people.
I get it.
And Prairie Judge celebrates 13 months of membership. You're not a real human podcaster without the hat and beard, Casey. So close, though.
I know. I can't grow a beard. I tried my whole life. God damn it. Too much testosterone. Too much, they say. And finally, I believe we have someone who became a member, Leonidas Saralalias. Can you try that?
Oh, welcome aboard.
Leonidas Aurelius, welcome.
There we go. She's so good at that. All right, Mike. Yes, I'm not. Now we have an interesting category, some Seth Simons.
Yeah, so Seth Simons, I guess maybe I should explain him to some people, but if you're a diehard comedy fan, you know Seth as the guy who got Shane canceled from SNL. Just a complete loser and waste of life. And Seth was like an open mic comedian who would blog about comedy. Probably, I think the reason a lot of, you hear a lot of resentment for channels like Podcast Cringe or Too Lazy to Try and stuff like that from comedians, I think they view everyone as Seth Simons. They're like, oh, you talk about comedy or blog about comedy? You must be Seth Simons, which it's understandable why you would think we're all losers if the barometer you have is Seth Simons, because he's a nasty boy who, like I said, he didn't like Shane because, I don't know, maybe Shane was a dick to him at an open mic or just better at comedy or whatever it was. And so Seth made it his mission to ruin Shane's life, and he sat on out-of-context clips. And when SNL cast an Asian person, Seth said, all right, I'll use the Asian one then to try and cancel him. And by God, it worked for a minute until Shane became the biggest comedian on the planet. One of the biggest comedians in the history of stand-up comedy, just based on ticket sales and money. Shane Gillis became after Seth Simons canceled him. So I assumed that Seth Simons said, well, damn, I lost. No point in doing that anymore now that Shane is huge and it all backfired on me and no one in the industry that I wanted to be a part of respects me anymore and they think I'm just a spineless cretin that thrives off trying to ruin other people who have actually built something. But no, thanks to Ben Avery, Tim Dillon's former producer who now hosts the podcast Lemon Party, I randomly stumbled upon a clip from a few days ago of Ben Avery saying, hey, I don't know how I came upon this on Twitter. I just thought Seth Simons went away. Go look at his Twitter. And then Ben Avery started going through things. Let's pull some stuff up, Casey, what Seth Simons has been up to. And I assume this has persisted over the last 6 years because it's very consistent. If you go to his Twitter and his website, which is called, is the website Humorism?
Humorism.xyz, and it is not funny. It is to be called Humorism and be the unfunniest website ever.
That's the mark of a real douchebag when you're like, I'm not a comedian, I'm a humorist.
Yes. So the first one we have here is the title is "I cannot stress enough that Dave Smith is a huge Nazi." That's the title. So a balanced approach.
Not even trying to be a journalist. Like now he's just like, Dave Smith's a Nazi, and I can't say it loud enough. Really, the Jewish guy is a Nazi, Seth? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, then he goes into in his newest episode of the podcast, comedian and libertarian podcast, Dave Smith argues that the Jews are behind mass immigration to the West. Or no, sorry, he simply argues that it's not anti-Semitic, racist, or conspiratorial to argue that Jews are behind mass immigration to the West, and that if one wants to combat anti-Semitism, one must concede the legitimacy of the argument that Jews are behind mass immigration to the West. He's snarky, Mike. He's snarky.
I think Dave's argument is that Israel has something to do with this, not the Jews.
Isn't Dave Smith
not just any Jew?
Jewish man?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. So, and by the way, say what you want about Dave's politics. I'm sure some people think he's a fucking idiot or he is hateful or whatever. Dave's not a Nazi. It's so silly to continue having this argument. But what Seth dreams of is that someone with real power and influence, someone who can actually do something, will stumble upon a Seth Simons blog. Like his second biggest victory. Obviously, Shane... You got to tip your cap to the guy. He caused a real incident in Shane's life. I guess his second biggest victory, the Seth Simons, is when he wrote an article about how the Legion of Skanks are all Nazis. That's kind of his go-to. It's hack, Seth, find a new word, something you can call them. Yeah. And Anthony Jeselnik retweeted that article. I guess as if to say, Anthony's whole point was oh, I didn't read the article. I just retweeted it. It's well, why? Why would you do that? But that was Seth's next biggest claim to fame was that Anthony Jeselnik retweeted him. So what Seth wants to do here is say, hey, guys, do you hate Dave Smith too? Use this blog and cancel him. That would be his greatest dream is if someone said, look at this blog. Dave Smith's I didn't even know this. I guess Dave Smith's a Nazi. Now Dan Bongino can take him down or something. But Seth doesn't really, it seems kind of like Seth has lost any grip. I don't know if he used to be a little more subtle with it. I didn't read humorism.com back in 2019.
Oh, no. It was such a read, man.
I know. It is nice. It seems unhinged. What else? Show me what else is on either his website or his Twitter.
So here we have one from, this is his Twitter. Tom Segura is legit a homophobe. Tim Dillon is a full-on white nationalist.
That's, by the way, what everyone's been saying about Tom Segura lately. He's too edgy. That's what everyone thinks when they hear this new version of Tom Segura. They're like, "Whoa, Tom, you're gonna upset some people. It's too interesting what you're saying."
Yeah, he is like the modern Jay Leno, Tom Segura right now.
Segura has no fucking bite to him anymore, because he's in the group of guys, because Tom lives in Austin, I guess. Seth is just well, let's cancel him too then. Who gives a fuck? He's a homophobe.
Yeah, he doesn't like Tim Dillon either. Tim Dillon is a full-on white nationalist, great replacement theorist who spews
gay, by the way. I don't know if the Klan would have loved welcoming Tim Dillon in, but...
Yeah, who spews transphobic slurs on the regular. Tony Hinchcliffe performed at a Nazi rally. these issues would come up and say a literal festival.
Let me correct this journalist. Tony Hinchcliffe performed at Madison Square Garden for a rally for the now president of the United States.
To Seth, Nazi. that's what it. This issues would come up in, say, a literary festival. Sadly, comedy doesn't matter. Oh, comedy doesn't matter.
I don't understand. Here's the interesting thing. And in a way, it's also my criticism of podcast cringe, where like podcast cringe now, when he puts out a video about Bert Kreischer, you know what it's going to be. It's never going to be, hey, I actually watched Bert's show and it's okay. You know what it's going to be. So it takes the teeth out of it a little bit. Like the other day, I watched podcast cringe talk about Bert on Shannon Sharp. And he's like, Bert's such a phony now. He claims he made $30 million. If you break it down, it's really more like $12 million he made last year. And you're like, all right, come on. What are we doing? We're splitting hairs a little here. He still made quite a bag of money. So like Seth is the same in a way, where he's just sitting there on his fucking phone all day going, this guy's a Nazi, and this guy's a Nazi, and this guy's a homophobe, and this guy's a white nationalist, and this guy's a Nazi. And it's okay. But if everyone's a Nazi, does any of it matter then?
If we're all Nazis.
Geez, I guess the Nazis aren't all that bad then.
Hey, we're all Nazis. This next one here is a one that says, let me get the topics out of the way. It says, here's Andrew Schultz defending the racist jokes in 2020 Netflix special. Nobody apologized for canceling me for being right. Isn't that kind of funny? That the only thing that sticks is you said something sensitive, even though it ended up being accurate. So he's going at
Andrew's point is this. Andrew's point is 100% right. He had people going after him because he said that the coronavirus started in China or something. He put that in that Netflix thing that he did, which is basically like the opening of Flagrant, but on Netflix. And he made a joke about China and COVID. And Andrew's point is, and it's something I've said a lot, where it's like, no one ever goes back. They go, oh, you're a racist piece of shit. Stop Asian hate. Like as if Andrew actually hates Asian people. His co-host is a fucking Indian guy, but I guess he despises Asian people. But like they go after Andrew, and then there's never a moment of, or Shane's another good example, where there's never like, oh, we're sorry about that, man. Our bad that we tried to brand you a racist, a Nazi, like some of the worst things you can be in society now. We tried to put that on you, and it turns out we were wrong, and you were right. No one ever does that. Andrew's correct. No one ever goes back and does that. And oddly, it's what Dave Smith has been arguing. Like Dave Smith had a great debate with Chris Cuomo a year or two ago, where they argued about like the mainstream media's news coverage of COVID. And Dave's point was, you called us like crazy people. You said we were trying to go out and murder people if we didn't wear a mask. Like that's what we were doing, is killing the elderly or whatever the fuck. And there's never been a moment of like, oh, we were actually wrong about that, and you guys were right. We should have been going outside. There's no big deal. But like Seth doesn't think of any of that. He's like, all right, let me call Andrew Schultz a Nazi. Maybe they'll try. Andrew Schultz makes a lot of money. Maybe they'll take that away from him. You know, like that's all this is about, is taking the amount of money that these guys are making. Because what's really interesting, and it would be a good case study, like psychologically, once all the dust settles. What's interesting is Seth started targeting all these guys when they were mostly like feature acts. Some may have like just started headlining small clubs. Some were even like open mic level, essentially. You know what I mean? Like fucking Shane, when he got canceled from SNL, was living on a mattress on the floor of someone's apartment. You know, he had roommates. Like these were not crazy successful guys, and Seth has tried to take them down. Now they're all the most, like monetarily, they're all the most successful comedians in the history of comedy. They all play arenas in every city they go to.
He's like the comedy cooler. Whoever he stands next to becomes a legend.
That's a good point too, where all these guys he tried to take down, they've become massively successful.
Yeah. All right, the next one here is Theo Vaughn from Seth's Twitter feed. Today,
Theo, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got Bernie Sanders on, but he's a Nazi.
Yes. Today, Theo talks about how quiet Asian people are, then recalls saving up money as a kid to go see the one local Asian person rumored to be living in a burned-down Pizza Hut. We don't know. We're getting another one, dude.
Yeah, you can just hear Theo saying it's whimsical, it's folksy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he hits with another Theo one here from his website, Theo Von's friendship with David Duke. So
this is what Seth does, where like Theo wasn't part of that crew years ago that Seth hated, but he just says, "Oh, okay, Theo's really successful now. Maybe I can take him down." He doesn't know anything about, you know what I mean? He doesn't know anything about Theo Von. But like what's amazing now is Seth doesn't have a relationship with any of these people. There's not even like where maybe they interacted at an open mic or something. They're so far past him. So he's just sitting there and taking in all the same information that we get. Like he's just listening to the podcast, but picking it apart for, okay, what can I spin into him being a Nazi, this guy? What can I spin into white nationalism? What can I pick apart and take out of context that makes people believe that these guys are racist?
And finally here, we have one that says, a tweet that says, here's Shane Gillis, Holocaust denier friend, and Matt McCusker's brother, saying the ADL runs Wikipedia and scours entries to make sure every notable Jewish person is described as such. They're getting numbers. I mean, anyone who rules, they're like, he was Jewish.
He's going after War Mode, Billy and Spud of War Mode. Billy McCusker is who he's talking about there, which he tried a couple years ago. We actually covered that on this show. He wrote some article trying to take down War Mode. How pathetic is this, by the way? Maybe the timing was just a coincidence. When Shane first hosted SNL, it was like the big comeback. It was like, hey, Shane's going to return to host. And Seth Simons wrote an article saying, Shane Gillis's friend is racist. Look at this. And it's like, now you're trying to cancel him by proxy?
Well, I know Kragers. I can't do shit now. I'm done.
Shane's co-host's brother is racist, so we should cancel Shane Gillis. That's the crazy thing. The way this tweet is worded is not, hey, go after Billy McCusker in War Mode. It's, hey, go after Shane because this guy he knows is a piece of shit.
That's how lawyers work. They don't go after the small money, Mike. They go after the big money, you know?
But it is nice to say, especially on a day where we're talking about, like, you know, us canceling WATS and people are like, hey, it's a niche. You should have stuck with it longer. It's nice to know that a guy like Seth Simons hasn't changed, where he's like, I still want to take down Shane Gillis, you know? Like, he still believes, and that's kind of cute, you know?
By the way, off subject here, did you see that Cardiff is going to resurrect WATS?
I'm going to be on it.
Oh, okay, great. Excellent.
Yeah,
so it still is, people.
I'm on their first episode, yes. Very, very excited to join those boys.
Excellent. Nice. All right, so the next one you wanted to just peruse a little bit of...
read me some headlines from humorism.com.
All right, Dave Smith blames the great replacement on, you'll never believe this, women. All right.
Yep.
Theo Von and...
Not just a Nazi.
Yeah. Theo Von and Dave Smith bemoan the great replacement and anti-white racism. Praise Nick Fuentes, of course.
Oh, let me take one.
Go ahead, Electra.
Louis C.K. is a sex predator.
Okay, well, okay, all right.
What a fresh take that is.
Sky's blue. Comedian says Zoran Mamdani is the face of a demonic jihadi plot to take over the world.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun if you go to humorism.com. But if you just type in humorism.com and you're going to get a lot of laughs. What is kind of amazing is there's never like, hey, I watched this, fucking black trans comedian and she's really funny. No. But there's never a moment where like he celebrates someone that he supports. It's always telling us who the Nazis are.
I think this is a good old-fashioned hate site right here. What it's like to be targeted by Joe Rogan. It's an article. That's pretty specific, you know?
By the way, he has no idea.
None. Electra, give us one more.
You know, maybe he was targeted by... I know he was targeted by Norm Macdonald, the great... there's a great Norm Macdonald tweet going after Seth Simons, obviously before he passed. When Seth tried to, or did, I guess, cancel Shane... Norm basically said, it's on sight if we see each other. Like, Norm was going to fight him if they ran into each other.
This is the Lex Luthor of comedy. He's at the end of every genius comedian ever. Did he fist fight Carlin too at some point?
He's like the evil villain of all these guys, but it's more like fucking Plankton from SpongeBob. Like he's just an ill-fated, like nothing ever gets through. It's just a little man yelling and screaming and hoping he makes a noise.
Electra, read that bottom left one, and we'll end that part of it. But it's just funny.
You idiot podcasters did this to yourselves.
He's telling them, Mike. He's teaching them.
Oh, Andrew Schultz, you did this to yourself, buddy. Enjoying playing Madison Square Garden? That's all on you, Buster.
Who's that for? That's for 6 people. Why would I read that?
You idiot podcasters did this to yourselves. Yeah. So Seth Simons is a loser. I just thought it'd be fun to check him. What a sad guy.
Still
but
a loser.
Thank you to Ben Avery for pointing that out, because randomly Ben Avery saw his tweets. I think he had one about Cam Patterson too, where he's trying to get Cam kicked off SNL. He hasn't forgotten who he is. He's like, maybe I can get this guy fired from SNL. You know, it's harder when the guy's black, I think, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, seems to be.
Hey, super chat.
Got some super chats, Mike. Fuck, I don't know where we left off. Electra, did you do this one?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Joe from Virginia. Craig lies. Casey doesn't look like a goblin at all.
No goblin here. No goblin.
Not so
here.
much.
No, ladies, you can change panties now. We're in a break between segments. Feel free.
Rubbish Bin 66 became a member. Welcome to the Gearheads.
Welcome. All right, a few more.
DKCG0113. Anyone else liking the Austin comics more now?
Yeah. Do they pay him maybe? Seth Simons?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? That's a great strategy. Pay a guy just to make you like
They
them
need to
better.
rally around this guy. Yeah, now you have to defend Tony Hinchcliffe and fucking
It's putting my mind in weird places, Mike.
Seth Simons, yeah.
All right. We got Manny Muskets over here.
Manny Muskets, $5. A podcast named Most Importantist brought Lemaire's brother in as a guest. Together, they shit-talked Lemaire. I'm high and almost blind myself. That was regarding the last super chat that he did, where I didn't understand it. Remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah, so we all remember. Yes,
Totally
thank you.
explains it now.
Thank you, Manny. Very good.
We have a gifted membership from Rubbish Bin 66. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
And a few more here.
Leonidas Aurelius. Seth Simons feeds me mushy worms. Caca! Yum yum.
That's the best is that they found a video of him doing some, I don't know, slam poetry or something.
No, of course.
And he's like pretending to be a bird. It was the best response to him trying to cancel Shane was this idiot just being a bird in that video.
That's actually a great question. Did this Simons guy, whatever, Seth Simons, ever do stand up? And if so, where's
I believe
the tape?
so. Yeah, I believe so. But I think it was a little more, abstract.
If you got all these comedians around a TV to just watch his shit, that would be worthwhile, I think.
Yes, that'd be the way they did like Lewis's book reading. Like they all just sit around and critique Seth Simons.
That's a Skankfest idea, Lewis, if you're listening. Definitely do
I like that.
And then give me a ticket too, not just everyone else on the screen. Go ahead, Alexa.
AP Ralph, 279, Canadian. I have a question for DJ Electra. Can I ask it?
You bastard!
You already did.
Yeah.
Can I ask it? That was the question?
That's an inside joke from a potato. So,
At Skunkman777. Do you know of the show After Tonight with Tommy Afters? Get them on BMP. They're great.
Oh, I don't know that. Tommy Afters.
After Tonight with Tommy Afters.
Write that
His
down,
name is
Electra.
I'll write
Afters?
that down.
You had to do a show late night with a name like Tommy Afters.
Yeah, right. Tommy Afters. Interesting.
We can't put you on in the morning, Tommy. Your name is Afters.
And did you get the one I starred too, Casey?
Probably not. You can throw it up though, if you can read it.
I'm writing down still.
All right,
Okay.
sorry. I'll find it. Here it is.
Hey, what do you say we do a show? Come on, gang.
Oh, but
Okay,
listen,
last
these are
one.
your fans. We're
Last one.
acknowledging.
It's important. Minion of the Wastes celebrates 19 months of membership. I thought
19
Carl
months,
was a master of marketing in previous job. # blame the burger.
I was surprised. I was surprised by the strategy, just because, like I said, you could easily listen to most of that show, basically the entirety of the show, and just be like, "All right, now they're going to do their plugs or whatever. I'm going to turn it off."
Yeah. A lot of people left. Krager's was there at the beginning because you tweeted out there's going to be an announcement. So Krager's like, "What's the announcement?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And then 30 minutes later, he was gone. So he didn't hear it. He had
People can only stay for so long. It's a 2-hour show.
All right, time for a little Rogan.
Yeah, let's talk about Rogan because he seems triggered by this Austin it's amazing. Credit to Lewis for fucking around with this New York versus Austin comedy beef. He's been doing it for years. I remember when they used to do that show, Roast Masters. Like, he would start all this New York versus LA stuff back then. So, like, he's always done this. And for some reason, like, Tony and Rogan really get triggered by it because they feel like the godfathers of Austin now. Like, they have to, for some reason, convince everyone how amazing it is. Like, they should be on the brochures. If you're a tour guide, like, these are the best marketers for Austin because they deny that anything's ever wrong with it. Like, it's a perfect place to live. And they get very sensitive if it's called out for some reason. So Hassan Ahmad was on promoting. He put out like a half-hour special or something. And he's one of Rogan's boys out there. And they were on. And Hassan Ahmad, for some reason, like these younger or lesser-known comics, when they go on, feel the need to just bring up like, and Joe, you know what's really great? I know we're having a lot of fun talking about fucking aliens and UFC. But you know what's amazing? Austin. Just the town we happen to be sitting in. Oh, my God. It's basically like any other city, more or less. You know, maybe a few more homeless people. But, like, it's kind of like any other city. But what's really amazing is just the comedy scene here. It's so fantastic. And they have to suck his dick about it. So this is them getting into Austin.
Tax rate is amazing there.
That's true.
It's just like, we got a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just a fun place to be around. Everyone just working jokes. That's what it is, really.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There is such this narrative outside of the ship about what Austin comedy is, and it's just really just a bunch of people just doing jokes.
The narrative is only with jealous people. It's not based on any reality. It's not based on people who go there and hang out.
Right. Well, it's always these people who love to talk about Austin, but they don't talk to anyone in Austin. It's like there's a bunch of comics willing to hang out and talk to you.
I think I've told you this before, but I have a friend of mine who's, somewhat of a philosopher, an online friend. I don't even know what he looks like. We've been going back and forth for years. Mm-hmm. But he warned me about this a long time ago. He said, "You've created a walled garden."
Joe, Austin is Mecca.
Don't even know what he looks like.
Austin is the promised land, Joe. You've created something amazing.
Okay, who's trolling Joe? Who's doing this?
Spiritual being is... Yes, Joe. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Yes, Joe. Austin is the place to be. Tell them. They must come to Austin. It's the only place where comics can be comics.
No state tax.
He goes, and you've got all these friends, and you're all supporting each other, and you're all having fun, but there's a lot of people that feel on the outside, and they feel like left out of it. And so they're like, fuck those people.
Don't let them in. Don't let them in, Joe. It's only Kill Tony comedians. Hans Kim is the next wave of comedy. He's George Carlin in the making, Joe. Tell them William Montgomery is the only way humans can laugh.
Don't tell Seth Simons. This is going on.
That party's...
This man in the sky is telling me that Austin is amazing and people are just jealous. Which, by the way, I went to Austin. I went to the Mothership. It's fucking awesome. It's cool. It's a great comedy club. I've never been to a comedy club where, like, the seating is as nice and comfortable as it is there. Like, it's very well run. We never had to wait for drinks or any of that shit. Like, it was a very nice comedy club. But I'm sure New York is cool too. I'm sure LA is fine. It's not that big a deal. You don't have to do this thing where it's like, man, we really did something here. Let other people, which they will, by the way. I host a History of Comedy podcast. People will do this where one day they talk about how amazing it is that Joe Rogan built this new comedy scene when it was seen before that you kind of had to go to New York or LA. Let other people do that. Don't tell us why you did it all the time. Every episode is Joe going, man, we really did it. We're really doing it, huh, Red Band? We're really doing it.
I think we're burying the lead here. The biggest podcaster, maybe the biggest entertainer on the planet, just told us he is controlled by a scary, dark voice that he's never seen. What?
He's a philosopher. He doesn't have a face or anything.
CIA right now is like, no, don't mention that.
Sucks. It's kind of along those lines. And, if you could find some connections to other negative things, like me and Tony, we have this connection to Trump, and so does Shane. And, there's all sorts of that. Oh, fucking, you got to be a right winger.
This is accurate. Where people are like, oh, all they do is like trans jokes there and stuff like that. That's true. Where it's politically driven by a lot of people. He's right about that.
And then the narrative comes up. Oh, you gotta tell jokes about fucking trans people. You have to, you can't be a liberal. You can't be a this. You can't be like.
Well, that the whole like you have to be a right winger. That's like, to me, that's like massive projection, because there are these spaces where like, if you're a right winger in comedy, like there's like leftist spaces that you just can't be in.
For sure, you'll get pushed out.
Right,
you'll get treated badly. More importantly, whereas at the mothership, like that fucking green room, like 80% of the time, it's mostly like progressive people.
Yeah. Oh, and
mostly
then
left-wing people.
A lot of people. Most of the people who work there are mostly left wing.
Yeah.
It's a place where but because right wing people, I guess, are allowed to be here, or like also allowed to be here, it's all of a sudden this right wing not.
I think it's really cool what Joe has created down there, but it gets a little exhausting when every episode he tells you how the club was built. He tells you how Ron White was really excited for. It's like every fucking day, Joe is sucking his own dick for creating this comedy club. Let other people do it, Joe. Jesus.
Yeah, you built a whole house. We only heard about it for like a month. That was amazing.
That's right.
We don't even talk about it anymore. Supportive is the next one.
Oh man, there's no place you're gonna get support like Austin, and that's what enhances comedy is people being like, "Hey man, great job."
When I think of social safety nets, I think Texas. That's what I think.
That's why Tough Crowd. Everyone hates it. No one remembers it fondly because they weren't supportive of each other on that show.
You and I in particular are very fortunate. We have a lot of people that help us be who we are.
Yes.
And that is like the one thing that I think we really highlight at the club is that we really are all happy. We really are all lucky. And we really enjoy our time together, and we feed off of each other.
I'm so happy.
I gotta say, and this is where because we always get comments when we talk about Mark Maron, and I'm on Joe Rogan's side in the Mark Maron debate because Mark Maron just seems so bitter and jealous and angry. It doesn't seem like it's coming from a place of like his real beliefs. Or a place where he's trying to enlighten people on what's happening in Austin. It just seems that he's jealous that Joe Rogan made $500 million, But where Maron would have a point is if he just played like clips like this and is like, see, like they sound like douchebags. They're talking about how great like they suck each other's dicks over the environment that they're in rather than just going and performing comedy. So it's where Maron and Jeselnik bring up points where it's like, no, I get what you guys are saying. You're going about it in a weird way, but like overall, I do get the point. It's not the reason for all of society's ills, though. That's the problem. Is the critics try and make it into like we're all suffering because of Joe Rogan. It's like, no, it's just a mockable thing that we can point at and laugh for 20 minutes, but it doesn't have to be your whole personality like it is for Maron now.
To like the way. I would say the scene is like incredibly supportive of each other in a way that like it's nice, I guess, in this sort of new system that we live in too, where like you can just make it on your own. Like you don't need like I'm not auditioning for a spot that like Fuzzy's auditioning for because we're both brown.
Right.
You know what
like
I mean?
In the old days.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to be like, damn, I hope he doesn't get this.
Right.
There's it's a system of like, oh, dude, we can all just create and then help each other.
Yes.
Like piggyback off each other, and like it's like such a.
This is the same shit they would say about LA when they were all living there. They're like, back in the day, the Comedy Store used to be so competitive, and and now we support each other. This is the same shit they would say about Los Angeles. It's go back and find an episode where Joe would talk about the Comedy Store and how it's changed over the years. This is the same shit they would say, and now they're just saying it about Austin instead.
Why did they? I'm sort of I don't know this shit. Why did they all leave Los Angeles?
So Rogan left for two reasons: taxes and COVID restrictions, basically.
Oh, COVID.
He was living in it was during it was like 2020, and there was a lot of stuff that was happening there where he's like, I don't like how this is unfolding, and also he got $200 million from Spotify and was like, I would like to pay less of that to the government if you wouldn't mind. So that's basically how it happened, and then. he said he was going to build a comedy club down there. So like Hinchcliffe is like, hey, let me take Kill Tony down there. It would be cool to be like the kind of the flagship show of the mothership. Segura went down there probably for the same reasons as Joe did, tax wise. Shane eventually ended up moving down there. Like, I think mostly taxes what drew people, especially these guys making a ton of money. But a lot of them there, like Hassan Ahmad probably, are there because like, hey, Joe Rogan will give me a boost. I'll be able to do JRE and I'll be able to perform at the biggest club in the world now and all this shit. So some of them are like, there to kind of ride Joe's coattails, and some of them are there for monetary purposes.
All right. Yeah, it's expensive out in California, man. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Especially the richer you get, the more expensive it gets. Like, if you're poor in LA, it's actually, it's not so bad. But when you're rich, holy shit.
Which, by the way, people are all like, oh, it's gay that these comedians followed Rogan to Austin. I don't have a problem with it. Just say you're doing it for taxes. Don't be like, well, the city of Austin has this magistry to it. It really is. It's a magical place for comedy. It's like, no, you went there to save a few dollars at the end of tax season.
Just say it's better than Florida.
Right.
They may have a serial killer, too. A lot of dead people ending up in that river.
That's been a big story, yes. Yes, I heard a lot of the comedians talk about that when I was in Austin, actually.
Yeah.
Was the serial killer there prior to the comedians coming, or did that happen?
I think it coincided. I'm going to...
Well, hey, let's do a crime podcast on it someday.
Let's do it.
For now, we've got something to work on here.
All right.
Killers of comedy. All right,
Refreshing experience to have.
It really is the rising tide lifts all boats, and that's how it should be.
And it happens everywhere, too, because, like, obviously you're at the mothership and you see how hard the door guys there crush, but, like, I'll go to Sunset, and Sunset has some fucking killers.
They do.
It's this need to be like, it's just crazy what we're doing here. Yeah, so is New York. Like you could list 40 fucking amazing comedians that are in New York City. This idea that like if you go to Austin, you need surgery. Your fucking gut is so tired from busting.
Electra, you just went to some comedy shows recently, right? How are the LA comics are pretty funny still, right? The ones I saw are hilarious. Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of like Rick Glassman I find very funny. Like Santino's a good comedian. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of funny comedians in LA too. I think LA's probably third at this point. Like I think it's New York, Austin, LA. But like
where's Whitney Cummings? Because they're last. Damn it.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. She may have just moved to Austin. Yeah, I take that. I could be wrong about that.
LA's number one. Thriving is the next one.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, we're lucky, dude.
Yeah, the scene is thriving.
Dude.
Yeah. There's
Constantly, like, what is this conversation? First of all, you've had it a million times, but what is this? Like, Joe Rogan is looking back on 4 years of work. And again, it is pretty crazy that Austin got as big as fast as it did and the mothership is as successful as it is. But, like, this looking back on 4 years of work is crazy to me. To be like, man, we really did it. We really did something here. It's like, let the history books tell that story.
Kind of sounds like OJ, too. Like, I got away with something.
Right.
Yeah, we're lucky, dude.
Yeah, the scene is thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many places to go. That's why I did mine at Black Rabbit. Just a small little black box room that's been like, I've had sets there and it's like 10 people and they're amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just there for.
Are you ready for the best fucking night of your lives? They were
one of our shows.
Greatest audience members. They were killers. They were legends.
Each one a billionaire.
Comedy. A lot of them are like, they tend to be like these sort of just out of college kids who can't really afford to go to like any of the clubs. They just have money for the first time. We're like, oh, we can go to this little spot, like $10 tickets. Just get introduced to comedy. It's a bit of a younger audience there.
Well, there's just how many spots are just on our street?
On our street, I mean, like there's
within our street, like within close, like
that you can walk
count
to.
Cap City because it's like one block over.
I'm
not Cap City. I'm sorry.
Vulcan.
And
Sunset.
Creek in the Cave.
Creek
in the Cave is one over.
In that area, you have
list. I'm the biggest podcast in the world. Let's just list all the comedy clubs in the town that most of you don't live in.
It's very specific.
Vulcan, Sunset, Creek, Velveeta, and then Bulls.
They're just listing. Like, who gives a shit? Again, I guess it is like good to know. If this is a tourism podcast, it's good to know if you're a comedy fan going to Austin. It's like, oh yeah, I'll stop by fucking Sunset or whatever, Bulls, whatever he named. But like this, people always say like, oh, is Kill Tony bad for comedy? No, I don't think so. I think Tony's mentality, that WWE shit that Tony does, I think that's bad for comedy. And I think you see that seep through with these guys in this conversation where they're like, it's the greatest. It's legendary. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like this thing where you're propping yourself up all the time, it's going to demand, not just like welcome, it's going to demand channels like Podcast Cringe. You need that push and pull. Like if these guys are constantly like, it's the best ever, you need people to be like, it's the fucking worst. Otherwise it gets crazy. There's no cap on this thing.
Up next, Lewis versus Tony.
Yeah, so this is where it all really starts. You can tell Joe is actually a little triggered. Joe, a guy who says he doesn't listen to any of this, doesn't let it get in, which for the most part does seem true. Joe doesn't like weigh into a lot of controversies or anything like that, but he pays attention, certainly enough to let this bother him. So you can tell Lewis and the New York stuff got to him a little bit.
It required a certain amount of people to buy in.
Yeah.
And that I'm very because of that I'm very pro Austin because like, man, if you buy in, look what can happen. Like,
yeah,
there's
you shouldn't.
stuff you
no
can do.
one should not be pro Austin.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because Lewis and Tony were going back and forth and arguing. Like Lewis shits on the Austin scene.
Right.
This New York versus Austin thing is the stupidest fucking thing of all time.
It's
like
Lewis would say that. You jackass. And by the way, Lewis doesn't shit on the Austin scene. He says New York has fucking Sam Morril, Mark Normand, Jordan Jensen, Adrian Appalucci, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Jim Gaffigan. Like this long list of currently funny and legendary comedians. Fucking Colin Quinn, Dave Attell. Like this long list of Jim Norton.
Artie Lang.
Big J. Well, Artie Lang, Unfortunately, although he is there in New York, he took a picture with Jeff Ross, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But like this long list of fucking killers are in New York, and Lou's just like, yeah, it's better than Austin. And Joe's like, it's so silly. Why would you reduce yourself to such childishness? It's like, no, Joe, you're the one taking it seriously, that you're weighing in on it on the biggest podcast in the world. You're the one making it like a serious thing. Which, by the way, so this was like a text exchange between Lewis and Tony. So either Joe watches the regs or watches fucking American Redact or one of these channels, or Tony ran to him and was like, can you believe what Lewis said? Like either way, it's you guys that are buying into this much more than Lewis ever was, I think.
Yeah, it's not Austin or New York. We all know Dubai is the comedy capital of the world.
That's true. No, not Dubai. Riyadh.
Riyadh, yeah.
Riyadh dominated Dubai. Dubai tried, but Riyadh really is the epicenter now.
Should both be awesome. Who cares?
Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, like infight. It's like catty girl fighting. It's like why we both clearly can exist in a space where we can also help each other.
He's gonna bomb Austin. I got news for you. Just when he's performing, but he's not gonna show up there and wipe out the town. He was just like, I think New York's better. And they're like, guys, can't we both exist? And by the way, Lewis, if you're watching, I was kidding about the bombing thing. I'm sorry. Please let me escape still.
There's enough room in our souls for laughter from two places, I think, Mike, is what you're getting at. We can handle multiple.
I think we can. And I don't think Joe needs to be so insecure about it that he has to defend it like this all the time.
The New York guys are always here, and I feel like we're always there.
But the point is, what Tony and Lewis were going back and forth, and Lewis said, well, L.A. isn't even in consideration anymore as what's the best place for comedy in the country. And Tony goes, agreed. And why do you think that is? What do you think happened? Where'd those people go?
And Lewis like, hey, it's so stupid, this New York versus Austin thing. But then he takes credit for now being better than L.A. He's like,
for destroying L.A., yes.
Why do you think that is? Yeah, New York versus Austin is dumb. I'll tell you what's cool is Austin versus L.A., which I won.
Destroyed him.
Lewis is like, oh, shit.
He loves
I don't think that happened. By the way, I don't think Lewis was like, damn, doggy, I've been bested again.
Well, maybe just like, hey, when can I come on the show again? Because everyone has to sort of kowtow to this guy, right? With this show, like, who stands up to this guy to his face other than Seth Simon?
Yeah, right. Seth Simon's is the only bold one.
Yeah.
You're right. There is. Well, I'll tell you. You know, you make a good point in this respect. The example I always use is Ronan Hirschberg, who has jokes about kind of what a piece of shit Rogan is, and he's talked on podcasts about how Rogan's politics are terrible and all this stuff. And then Ronan Hirschberg went on the Joe Rogan Experience, sat there like a lump, and talked about whatever Rogan wanted to talk about. There was no pushback on anything. And then when he left, he went on and shit on the Experience and was like, oh, it's just Joe pulling up Wikipedia articles and shitting on Rogan again. So you're right. None of these comedians that have a problem with Rogan ever go on there and say this to his face. Never. It never happens. So you are right in the sense that, like, if you have a problem with him, it would make such interesting podcasting. And if you're going on there to promote yourself, it would ingratiate you with a lot of people that hate Rogan. Like, so you have this like built-in audience seeking you out. And it would be much more interesting than sitting there and nodding while he talks about elk meat or DMT.
It'd be better for Rogan too to find his MSO, right? His foil, you know?
Yeah, right. No, that would be interesting. And I think this is the thing: is all these people like Renan call Rogan an idiot, and it's like I think Rogan would have interesting pushback for all that. So it would make for interesting discussion, but no one ever goes on and does that. Really, you're right. There is a lot of just bending the knee to Rogan. The problem is, like, Rogan will pick this fight with Lewis. Lewis doesn't really give a fuck if New York is better.
No.
It's a bit that he's been doing for forever. And like he doesn't really care. So Lewis is not the guy to go on there and question Rogan, but this is like the one stance Rogan takes where he's like, it's so stupid. Well, the people that should go on there are like Mark Maron or Anthony Jeselnik that seem to have a problem with this guy for some reason.
Yeah, will he not book them? Is that the...
I think he would, but Maron has said, I will not do it. Jeselnik said, I've been on before, but I'm not. When Jeselnik was shitting on Rogan, he's like, I've been on before, but I'm not going to do it this time. I don't want to be part of that. And Maron has said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to invite him on. So I don't know if Joe Rogan would book them, but they're for sure not going to do it if he tries to.
You know what they are, Mike? Bitches. And that's the next title here. Bitches.
Oh, let's hear about bitches.
Segue.
But the point is, it's like denying that Austin is an amazing scene is just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
It's terrific. What do you want from the show? We're sorry. It's really cool.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's like
he started this with, it's so silly to try to compare these cities. Like, who cares? And now he's the point where he's like, you're a bitch if you don't like Austin.
Don't you want another great scene? Do you want a limited amount of options for comedians? Don't you want more comics and more comedy?
Right, and more places for you to end up performing.
Shut up.
Like now you can go to Austin.
Don't you want places with comedy where I can build my mansion? Come on.
And spend a couple weeks.
Like Rogan's done a lot for comedians, like a lot. He's promoted comedians. Like Carson always gets that credit, but Rogan built this thing where it's not just you get a promotion on this big platform, but people learn like who you are. You're much more able to find your audience that way rather than just this like, oh, Carson waved him over, he must be funny sort of a thing, you know? And what he did with the Mothership is very cool, like creating a new, but like it's not that different from what's happening in like Nashville right now either. You know what I mean? Like it's not this, oh my God, it's crazy what's happening in Austin. They've changed everything. It's like, no, there's a bunch of clubs in Austin so people can live there instead of New York or LA, which, Joe, hats off to you. Nice job. But this dick sucking, and it's been years now. Like it's been 5 years of this. We get it. We get it. You don't have to pat yourself on the back every time Austin comes up.
You're a comedy expert. Which legacy is better known for helping comedians long term? If like you had to vote, Opie and Anthony or Joe Rogan, which one has helped comedians more?
Interesting. Joe.
Okay.
Joe. And I'm not saying better comedians, but Joe's just got a much bigger platform. Not even close. Just a lot more people listening.
Because those guys get a lot of credit, for Opie
and deserved. But like while Opie and Anthony was on the air, the audience was not like massive the way Rogan's is. You know what I mean? It was a different environment. I'm much more interested to hear comedians in like the Opie and Anthony environment than I am on Rogan. Because like Rogan's not. What's weird about Rogan is he promotes all these comedians, but it is not an environment to be funny. Like it's an environment where you have these thoughtful, serious discussions. So that's what's a little interesting about it. But
it's a mushroom trip. It's not a comedy festival.
Right. So yeah, like for comedy's sake, Opie and Anthony is better. But like if you're just saying promotion, just look at the amount of fucking arena acts that have come out of there. And I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying that's a good thing for comedy. I think comedy in an arena is just not the same. Like it kind of stinks. I can't imagine what it's going to be like at a football field when Shane does it.
And in that group, you got to put Howard Stern third because he had the biggest platform probably of all of them ever, but didn't promote comedians the way he could have.
It was not an environment for comedy, and it was not like real like promotion.
Right.
I shouldn't say that. It was promotion for sure. Like Jackie got it all the time, but like it wasn't the same in that it wasn't an environment. It wasn't an open environment the way Opie and Anthony and Rogan are,
Right. It was
you kind of had to stick to what Stern wanted you to be on that show.
A lot of agents in booking with Stern, where they just kind of walked in on Opie and Anthony. Anyway, sorry, comedy time.
Still get a lot of time and learn how to talk to people here.
There's so many bitches in this world. So many bitches. And those bitches never get anything done. They just sit and bitch. And this and that and that and this and that and this. Yeah. And nothing ever gets done.
Yeah.
They never progress.
Yeah, man. Just video essays. I watch all the video essays.
That's so funny. Why would you watch those?
It's just so funny to me.
How do you know about any of this? How are you getting this information that people are bitching about it if you don't watch these shows? I'm not saying this one in particular, but like whatever, American Redact or whoever.
Mike, there's a faceless man somewhere telling him. We don't know who it is.
I almost forgot about him.
They all start.
Joe, being too lazy to try. He eviscerates you, Joe. You must respond and say Austin is amazing.
Joe Rogan's wizard will now be in the super tip.
When people bring up the homeless, you say it doesn't exist there, Joe. There are no homeless people.
No.
I think it was Joe List went on there and talked about like the homeless problem. He's like, oh my God, it's so many fucking kooks out there. It's just littered with homeless people. And Joe's like, actually, not really. It's not really that bad. It's all kind of a thing people talk about, but it doesn't exist. And it's like,
by
Joe,
the mansion, it's all good.
When you're dropped off by your driver outside the door of the mothership and escorted in by security, you're not going to run into a lot of homeless people.
Yeah. And they clear the street beforehand. Make sure Joe doesn't see any homeless people.
Yeah, right. Clean up the bums. We don't want Joe looking at that.
The whole concept that Austin is ruined.
I mean, if you're the mayor there or the city manager, this man has brought billions of dollars or millions of dollars to your city. Yeah. You are doing shit like that. You're like, follow this guy around and make the city look pretty wherever he goes.
Yeah, he's been amazing for Austin. You got to give him that.
Comedy is very funny to me because there's so many comics that are blowing up outside everywhere all the time.
It's just silly.
It's
just like my friend said. It's a walled garden. That's what it is. It seems like the people have
walled garden. That's what I said.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what he looks like or who he is.
It sounds like there's something the CIA would say. A walled garden. Who's your handler, Joe?
Having too much fun. And if you're not there and if you don't have aspirations to be there, you feel bad about it.
Yeah. People are just jealous. Which, by the way, is true. That like what Marin and shit like that, like there is a lot of that. But like Joe is reacting to Lewis fucking dicking around, going, New York's way better than Austin. And he's right, by the way. But like, oh, there are better comedians in New York than Austin. I don't think it's arguable. And Joe's like, oh, these bitches, man. These bitches. He's so sensitive about it.
Yeah, I mean, comedy travels. I think that's the rule there. Electra, we have a few super chats.
Rubbish Bin 66, $5. Love you, Mike. Did you know you can get your kicks out at Rubbish Bin 66? You can't see me, Mike, but you can hear me.
I don't.
There we go.
It was a little
don't
creepy,
understand.
but I like it.
Expect a lot more of that on Thursdays, Mike. That is going to be your whole day.
Thank you, rubbish bin.
And this is a red one. That's good, but I don't know what that dollar amount is.
It is
so.
$5.59. It's 50 krona, Swedish krona, and it is $5.59 in US dollars. I looked it up.
Oh, you got us.
Thank you, buddy.
I hope the new show is a stepping stone to a second BMP per week. It just leaps and bounds above anything Carl does, unfortunately.
Oh, come on. I don't agree with that.
From So Haiti, though. It's So Haiti. I mean, that's just, it's in his name.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
He's a
And
hater.
let's see Blind Mike make a surf album. No, really, let me see that. Can you do that? Can we do that? Can we,
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give you
Casey
a guitar.
will
The new
produce
intro
it.
of the show, yes.
All right, Mike, time for another man of disrepute, Andrew Tate. Tate time.
Andrew Tate is spiraling. I don't know what's going on with this guy. We see the apology tour he goes on every other week now. When did we cover him last? When he did that fight. Yeah, when he did that fight, and he's like, it was actually God's fault, or whatever he said. Like, it wasn't my fault at all. Well, it's amazing. This alpha male, this guy that says, hey, take responsibility for your actions, be a real man. It seems like nothing that ever happens to him is his fault. So we have this video that's been going around. If you haven't seen, there's a real meeting of the minds. It was Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, Andrew Tate, all these personalities got together in Miami. And they went to a club, and this made a lot of news, that Heil Hitler's, I guess Sneeko requested that Heil Hitler song by Kanye. Mm-hmm. You said you've taken the song out?
I took the music out for copyright, but you still hear, but you still see them.
If you haven't heard it, guys, I'm not saying go support, white supremacy or anything. It's Kanye West, by the way. It can't be white supremacy, but whatever it is. It is kind of a banger, It's catchy.
The instrumental is on point.
It's very catchy. But this is without the music. We're just playing. If you can explain to me where Andrew Tate is in this.
Right. So we're
trying to get to the bottom.
We're at a club, and we're in bottle service at a club right now. We're currently singing the Hitler song. We're looking for Andrew Tate. We're on Tate watch. There's Andrew Tate right in the middle of the club.
Does he seem angry? Why?
He's smiling. He's smiling, looking at the ladies.
That can't be.
Tristan Tate there, also smiling, smoking.
No. I heard Tristan Tate was basically in tears over this.
No.
He wanted nothing to do with it. Boy, they hide it well, huh?
Yeah.
It must be really good actors.
Okay, all right. So they're boiling up inside, but they're putting on a brave face for all their, they don't want their Nazi friends to be upset.
What a room this is.
I like that this exists, and Seth Simons is like, Tom Segura is bad.
Yes. Here's a guy that tells other 20-year-olds to smoke meth for their jawline, but bad, Shane Gillis. Bad. All right, we see Tristan Tate smiling and laughing again.
You guys don't get to experience. Go listen to the song.
Okay, if they know all the lyrics, that's a problem. They're singing.
The lyrics are terrible, Electra. No one's saying that. The song is a delight.
Electra, you know what? Electra, go take the music and make a happy song out of it for us. Go sing some happy lyrics. Change it for us.
I could do that.
Most of my life, I did not. That's why when I say I got into music recently, it's like I finally started actually listening to lyrics and figuring out what they're about and caring about them. So years ago, I would have just bobbed my head and said, "Who knows what Heil Hitler even means?" I'm sure it's got a deeper meaning that I'll never look into. But
it means something in the streets, Mike. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
And then Nick Fuentes bobbing his head up and down there. Tristan. Oh, there's Andrew Tate smiling.
Is he weeping? Is he in a fetal position? Why are you making me listen to this?
He kind of looks like the devil. He's all red. I mean, he could have horns coming out of his head right now.
I've never seen someone smile bigger, Mike. He just won a jackpot of some sort.
That's very brave of him to put on that sort of a face so we don't panic.
Oh, and to zoom up to him where he's smiling. He is a happy man. Also bobbing his head. There's a beat. You don't hear it, but there is a beat going on right here.
Yeah.
There's a black man standing in the middle of all these white men doing this. I'm just wondering. I would love to hear his thoughts. What's
Hey, the black man's singing fuck.
well, that's got to be what he's holding on to.
Melting pot to this country.
He's hanging on by a thread. Kanye. All right, yes, that is the clip. So yes, he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Excited.
By your description, that's all I can go off. By your description, it seems like Andrew Tate was putting on a brave face for everyone, which is big of him. I appreciate that. So we don't all panic. that's very sweet. So Andrew Tate went on Patrick Bet-David's podcast to explain this. It became a big controversy. And like fucking, I don't know what Sneeko is. I'm guessing Sneeko is just like a provocateur kind of a guy.
Correct.
I don't know if Sneeko is racist or he just thought like, oh, this would be a crazy thing. I think Nick Fuentes is racist. Like at some point, and by the way, I don't think Nick Fuentes should have his platforms taken away from him. I think that's crazy. I think you let people talk, and if they make an idiot of themselves, you let them do that. And I think we should treat. I know. We should treat audiences as if they're smart enough to make their own decisions. And if you're racist enough to believe everything Nick Fuentes says, that's on you. It's not on Nick Fuentes, changing your mind. So, like, I think all these guys should have platforms and people can choose to go to them if they want to. But, like, I think Nick Fuentes, like, at some point you have to stop being like, oh, he's just being a shock jock. Like if you say some of the stuff Nick Fuentes does, eventually you have to be like, okay, this guy is branding himself as a racist. He wants you to think that. So now Andrew Tate does Patrick Bet-David's show, and he has this attitude of, well, I never. I can't believe these fellas would do such a thing. And that to me is what's crazy. Like if Andrew Tate was just like, oh, shut up. It was a Kanye song. Like, we were having fun. We were trying to be shocking, edgy, whatever. Andrew Tate is like, Patrick, I got to tell you, I don't support any of this nonsense. The chicanery that these fellas pulled, I am not for. And that's what's amazing. When you see this alpha male, you take responsibility for your own actions guy. You know, there are no accidents in life. You make your own luck. That's what Andrew Tate's all about. But yet, when he's called out, he's always the victim. It is pretty amazing to watch. So let's hear him on Patrick Bet-David's show.
We're going to start with deflecting. He's going to be doing a little deflecting, Mike.
Oh no, Andrew. That seems against everything you stand for.
I barely even see me in any of this,
Yeah.
firstly. But I want to be very careful here because I don't want to deflect too heavily. I don't want to be blaming other people, etc. A whole bunch of songs.
That's a great, hold on, that's a great strategy. Was I even there? I don't know. Listen,
Yeah. Is that me?
Played that night.
With a big smile on his face. Singing along. He's like, you don't even really see me there.
No, I don't smile like that. That's not me.
None of which I requested. None. I walk into a nightclub and songs are played. Unfortunately, if anything happens anywhere near me, it gets tied to my name. If someone got shot in that club, they would have said, Andrew Tate's in a nightclub where this man got shot. I didn't shoot him. I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know who the fuck he is. I was there and the song was played. The actual conversation I think that's interesting to have when it comes to this is the nature of the internet and the nature of influencing in general. Because I think we're living in a world now where only shock value seems to get anybody's attention for any significant period of time.
How dare you, Andrew? That's entirely what he built his brand on. Completely what he built his brand. And like I said about Nick Fuentes, and people I'm sure in the comments will be like, Nick Fuentes is actually right about this, this, and this. There are a lot of people that you can be racist and right about a lot of shit. Absolutely. I'm sure Nick Fuentes is a smart guy, by the way. And I'm sure he's obviously knows how to brand himself, and he knows how to be shocking and outrageous in the ways that get him attention. I think Nick Fuentes is smart. I think Andrew Tate's probably a smart guy, ultimately. But you can't do this where you manipulated that for years. This idea that, okay, people are getting canceled for stuff. Well, let me say some of the most cancelable things and I'll build an audience off that. And then when it spins in a direction you don't like, where people are like, oh, Andrew Tate's a Nazi, I guess, you can't then get scared and go, you know what's really deplorable about society? This shock culture that we live in today.
Aren't I right, Nick Fuentes? This is insane.
Isn't it ugly, Mr. Fuentes? Isn't that a shame that there's so much of this? People are just trying to get shocking headlines nowadays.
Yeah, Sneeko, quit cupping that lady's vagina and get over here. We want to talk about shocking things.
The guys in this video, the only reason we know their names is because they were trying to be shock jock. And by the way, credit to Nick Fuentes. As far as I know, Nick Fuentes wasn't like, me, a Nazi? How dare you? Like, Nick Fuentes was true to who he is, I think, for the most part. Andrew Tate is doing this thing where he's part of that stuff. He goes and meets Nick Fuentes at a nightclub, and he's like, Patrick, I got to tell you, I mean, there's just no call for that kind of behavior. I don't care for it.
Nick Fuentes had a tweet about it, too. I'll try to find it, but it basically was like, it's like when your friends pick you up and take you to a club and you don't know. That's how I felt. So he tried to push back.
He's doing that too?
Nick Fuentes pushed back even on it.
Just Heil Hitler guy. What's the big... Why are they now... This is actually disappointing to me.
I'll try to find the tweet.
Now being like, what? Why are people saying we're racist?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Time, because everyone's dopamine receptors are completely fried. So all of these young influencers or anyone on the internet who's trying to make any name for themselves is trying to be as controversial and shocking as possible as quickly as possible. And that's why the song is played, because it gets views. That's why. I didn't play it. I didn't ask them to play it. I didn't dance. I didn't sing. In fact, the only time you've seen me
I bobbed my head and
storming.
smiled. And by the way, I think if you bob your head and smile to that song, it's not the end of the world. I don't want you canceled either. So I agree with that. What's funny to me is none of these guys should be canceled. I don't want any of them gone after. They are what they are. What you think of Nick Fuentes, you thought before this video, and you're going to think after. It's like, you know what I mean? Your opinions are already made on these guys, I assume. What I find so interesting is the deflection, where Andrew Tate is like, well, I didn't sing the song. like the idea that he has to hold himself to this standard that he called gay in the media forever. When people would make, this is not an apology, but make like statements like this where you try and distance yourself. That was always so lame to guys like Andrew Tate, and now he's just falling into the same trap.
Yeah, so Nick Fuentes says, you all sound like woke leftist piece of shit when you talk about this issue, talking about the Heil Hitler song. And then he goes, never forget the 6 million club goers who were affected by the song. So Nick Fuentes doing Nick Fuentes thing.
That's on brand for Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
That's not like this is like embarrassing. It's amazing. Nick Fuentes sang along to a Heil Hitler song in public, and I'm like, he's not the embarrassing one here. Look at this loser, Andrew Tate, for just being spineless.
That is a place to be, Tate.
Getting out of the bus, saying this is ridiculous, and leaving. But I know why it was played. It was played because of this. It was played because it gets traction in a world where everybody is bored.
It was made, by the way. I don't know if you know this. Kanye West would not have fit in with the Nazis. They wouldn't have appreciated him too much. That's also why the song was made. We all understand that, Andrew. It's shocking.
I mean, I'm going to stand up for him. You know, what's his name? Emperor Darth Sidious. He looks like Darth Sidious. But anyway, I'm going to stand up for him a little bit because I dance along to songs about bitches and hoes all the time.
Oh, I do. Well, my point, Electra, is I agree with you. But if we had a video of you bobbing your head to Heil Hitler and you were like, whoa, that's taken out of context, I would defend you. And I'd be like, she's only a little racist. She says some things about the Jews I don't like, but she's not Heiling Hitler.
But still.
That's cool.
How little she is.
No, my point with Tate is he's literally the alpha male. If you think
he
about the
should
word
stand
alpha
up for what he stands up for.
Instead, he's doing this wormy little thing like,
yes.
Actually, it was Sneeko that played it, not me.
Exactly.
He's reacting like Nike or Reebok called him. Like, you have to fix this.
Yeah.
What advertiser does he have?
Who is like, Andrew, this is not on brand.
Bored of everything all of the time. And that's why these young people are encouraged constantly to try and do the most shocking thing possible.
And what is that accent? That's not English. It's not British. It's not American. What the fuck?
Last time. So I guess my assumption is he tried to get rid of his accent and has done a pretty good job. He sounds American, but like a little off. You know, he's got a touch or something. But yeah, it's either is it South African or British?
I think South African. Yeah, he sounds South African to me. Has a little of that African twang to it. Shock value is the next one here.
Oh, we get to hear more about shock value, which is something Andrew Tate is just learning about that. He's like, guys, I just stumbled upon there's a culture of shock jockery happening, and I don't care for it. I'm going to put my foot down here.
I thought we were just going to get some hose with some bottles. You guys show up with this song. What the fuck?
So I'm not here to make excuses for myself. I'm not here to say it wasn't me. I'm not here to, blame someone else. But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub. A song comes on that I did not request. A song comes on that I do not dance to. I do not repeat the lyrics to. I just stand there. And then they want to attribute somehow the song playing to me and it all being my fault.
By the way, again, he's like right. You know what I mean? If you watch that video, I wouldn't be like, let's cancel Andrew Tate. What he's not realizing is the response. He's like passing this off on other people when he's this alpha male guy where he's like, wasn't me that played the song. But actually, if you look at the video, Nick Fuentes is a little more prominent. Why aren't you going after him? Don't go after me. Go after these other guys. We're going to get to where he's like, I don't even know these guys. That's the best when he's like, who are they? I just walked into a club and a song played. I don't know anything. So it's just him completely distancing himself from when you would think a guy with Andrew Tate's brand would be like, hey, shut the fuck up. I had my reasons for being there, whatever. If you have a problem with it, that's on you. My fans know who I am. Like, I'm not even addressing this. But that's not what he does. He grovels for acceptance. I don't know what he's trying. That's the weird thing is I don't get what Andrew Tate is trying to hold on to. You're right, Casey. We're talking he's losing fucking Budweiser for this. What is he trying to cling to?
He got some agent found him somewhere, and he's like, "Kid, you got it. If we could just change your image a little." And he's like, he bought into it, so he's trying to make a change, but it's impossible when the internet exists and you've said what Andrew Tate has said.
Is Andrew Tate's audience, like the people that already support him, they watch this video and go, well, I can't. Now I can't.
No, they have that song on repeat.
They'd be fine with it, yeah. And by the way, his accent, he grew up in the U.S. and moved to England later in life, so he's just faking this whole thing.
Really?
He's like Hilaria, yeah. No, he's like Hilaria.
He's the male Hilaria.
That is a weird accent, then.
How you say cucumber.
Because I thought it was him getting rid of an accent. I didn't think it was him trying to create one.
No.
He does seem like the kind of person that would use an accent to seem smarter to talk about things. So this fits a little bit.
Yeah.
Wonder what he sounded like in the Bulgarian prison. I wonder if that accent disappeared. That's a good question.
It's a fair argument, but I'll to the average person that's watching it, back in the days when I'm younger, I'm in a car with a guy.
You're hiling Hitler. Is that too much of a stretch, Andrew?
Back when I was younger.
To the average viewer, it seems like you all went into a public place and hiled Hitler.
Yeah. Well, there was something up on the wall you were all pointing to. One of the two.
Yes, and it seemed like by Hitler, the song was implying the Führer of the Third Reich, not just some random Hitler.
The worst human imaginable.
Is it Andrew? Is it a different Hitler, possibly?
Yes. That name was sort of retired, so we're guessing not.
Who I get out of the military. It's December 23rd, 97. The guy's got a bunch of pot in the back of his trunk. Cops come out.
Yep.
And I'm in the Army, and my guy's calling me, telling me, hey, you got to figure something out. You can't be involved in something like this.
Yep.
So guilty by association, it's the first thing they're going to say. You hung out with these guys. When I watched the video, Andrew, with you and them, Tristan looks extremely uncomfortable.
Yep.
Okay.
Patrick Bet-David, I guess, is friends with Andrew Tate. I don't know a ton about Patrick Bet-David. I know he's hated by some. When I've seen him, I've liked what he does. Maybe I don't know him all that well, but like he's really covering for the Tate brothers here, where he's like, you guys looked in pain.
Yeah. I'm a club comfortability expert, and that guy does not look comfortable. I saw him for 3 seconds, not comfortable. What?
Yeah.
You might be scared of him.
And the way you were smiling.
I want friends covering my ass like this, though, so good on you.
The way you were smiling. Let's hear Patrick dissect this.
Because I saw a lot of, everyone's texting me. You and I communicate. We have conversations together, you looked extremely uncomfortable as well. You're smiling, but you're not. You know already what's going to happen. It was almost a look where I said, Tate knows what's about to happen next.
Yeah, the shock value.
Smile that said, "Turn this off now." It was a smile that said, "How dare Sneeko do this?"
You had a titty in your mouth, but I knew in your heart that you were against what was going on.
Value really isn't worth it to me. I mean, I've said some shocking things, and people will believe my brand is built on shock value, but I think they're at least shocking opinions. I like to think that I'm sitting there saying, this is my opinion. You may find it shocking, but this is what I truly believe. These are my worldviews.
Those ladies locked up in that house. That was a shocking opinion.
This is shocking.
And perhaps there's a lot of people who agree with me, disagree with me, but to just shock and offend purely for the purpose of shocking and offending, I think that that's something that has plagued the internet for a while, but it's getting worse.
There's just no call for it, Patrick.
No.
There's no room for this in society just being shocking and outrageous. I, Andrew Tate, denounce that. I disavow.
Why would you even do that?
Worse, and you notice it.
Oh, yeah, bring the cameras, guys. Camera crews, come on in. Yeah. Are we streaming this?
Across the entire streaming world, because people are struggling to get any kind of views or shake people out of apathy.
It's a very funny place to be in society where you've built up your brand and there's people like me going, oh, just be a racist. Don't humiliate yourself like this. Just Heil Hitler with pride, you coward.
Yeah. Have white pride, bastard. Is that what they call it? What is this next one called? Never met him.
Oh yeah, never. Who? Sneeko? Nick? I don't even know. Patrick, I don't understand the names you're saying.
Yeah. Sure, I was holding his wallet, but I don't know who this guy is.
That's the world we live in.
Why hang out with them?
Well, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first time I
So they're old friends. Okay.
met two of them.
No, he's going to explain. Go back. Go back a little.
Okay, sorry. Here we go.
Well, I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first time I met two of them. It's the first time I met Clav and Nick. I spoke to them
Patrick,
online.
I don't think I'm ever going to hang out with them again. I didn't realize Nick Fuentes had such unsavory opinions. Who do you think they were, fucking Andrew?
I met Clav.
But it's the first time I ever met them. I hadn't seen Sneeko in a while.
You and Nick have never met each other?
Never met.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Never met.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Braden guy, Clav, whatever his name is, he's new.
First time I ever met them.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, they were nice guys when I met them. You know, it's the first time I've spoken to them. I sat down with them.
And I said, these are not the type of guys that would Heil Hitler. That much I can tell. I'll guarantee it. I'll put the Tate name on it. The good Tate name. I will bet these guys wouldn't Heil Hitler no matter how loud they play it.
Before I get in a strange car with a bunch of men going to a club, I go, listen, is there going to be any Heil Hitlers in here? No? All right, let's go. Off to the club.
It's crazy to me that Andrew Tate didn't use literally the Electra defense from a minute ago, where it's like, I bobbed my head to a song. What the fuck are we doing? What is this? That's all you have to say.
And he's half black. His dad is black.
Oh, is that
African American, yes.
He also said his dad's Jewish. So I would check the sources here.
He could have just said that.
Oh, he has two dads.
But literally, he's like, hey, I don't know what his dad is like or anything, but I don't even think you need to do that. I think you could just say, I bobbed my head to a song, Patrick. What the fuck is this conversation?
Yeah, really.
He doesn't have to go into this damage control, which I don't know what he's trying to control. The Tate image? Like, people think of him however he's going to be thought about. His audience, that's what I don't get. Is he losing people? Did he go too far for his audience? I don't understand this PR campaign he's on.
I think he became irrelevant, and now this is him trying to be relevant again. Somehow.
Yeah.
I think he should have said, I looked around, I saw all these white men doing Heil Hitler, and I just had to smile, or I might have not have left the club. So I was scared for my life.
That also.
I don't think they even put the song on. I can't. I have to guess. I think Sneeko
So they
did.
just randomly play that song, right?
Put the
I
song.
think Sneeko did it.
Yeah.
Throw Sneeko under the bus. The one guy says he knew, by the way. But I haven't seen him in a long time. He's probably become a Nazi since I saw him last.
It'd be great if Fuentes is like, that's like the only song I ever hear. Everywhere I go, that song it just plays. It's because Fuentes is there.
Yeah.
Fuentes walked to my place, I play that
song on, who I'd met many times before. But it was a long night. It was 6 or 7 hours in which, for 2 minutes of it, someone got a phone and put a song on. It wasn't me. And now it's all over the news. So I just think that the main reason this is being done is because shock value is...
I don't know these guys. We just hung out for 7 hours. Jesus.
If he got rid of the wasn't me stuff, this would be a fine response, I think. But he keeps harping on the fact that I don't know them. I didn't put the song on. I didn't do any of it. Like, if he just said, like, hey, these guys are trying to be shocking. That's what gets clicks now. Like, who gives a fuck? Then it's a fine response. But this distancing himself is where people are going, oh, that's the alpha male, huh? When you get in trouble, you run like a little girl.
You turn into Shaggy. That's the alpha male. Wasn't me.
He's kind of pussified himself right here.
Completely.
What?
And he did this, by the way, he did this after the last time we talked about him, where he's like,
Yeah.
I didn't lose that boxing match. God lost.
God lost.
People are optimizing for with their content primarily.
All right. Crazy kids. That's the next one.
Yeah, they're just rascals, that Nick Fuentes. He's just a little scamp.
Real flack for it.
Yeah, I think it was. So if I'm going to be optimistic, it was short-sighted by them. If I'm going to be pessimistic, it was certainly very. I mean, I wouldn't say they set me up, but they should have known that this is going to cause a whole bunch of flack for me specifically
in Miami.
In Miami, of course. But if I'm totally honest with you, I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely, and I don't think that any of them really thought it through. Honestly, I think they're just kids. I think they're just kids.
Yeah, but you're in your 40s, Andrew. You're in your fucking 40s, and you're hanging out with them. That is, by the way, that's the excuse I would make for Sneeko. He's like, oh, he's just a kid. This is what's sad is when you watch these guys get into their 40s. And I've always said this about Nick Fuentes, is that I think when Nick Fuentes is in his 40s, I think he's going to regret a lot of the shit that he says. Because I do think he's like a smart guy who knows how to brand himself in a market that was not tapped into at the time that he kind of discovered it. And so, like, I think he was a smart kid, but he's saying a lot of dumb shit, and he's branding himself in a way that he thinks is shocking and outrageous. And I think when he's in his 40s, he's probably going to look back and regret that. That's my assumption. Or he's going to be the president of the United States.
Yes, of the South.
One of the two.
Yeah.
But when you're seeing that with Andrew, where he's like, they're crazy kids. Yeah, they're crazy kids doing the shit that you've done. And now you're throwing them under the bus for it. Like, that's your entire image. And you're completely running scared from being associated with them.
Yeah, they're kids. I can just destroy their image. They have time to rebuild.
Right, yeah, no, oh, it's their fault. They're just dumb kids. Well, you flew down to hang out with them, you fucking creep.
Reaction, they think they're funny, they're on the internet, they need a reaction, they want likes, and they did some fucking dumb shit. That's what I think it is. I think they're just literally retarded.
Oh, they're retarded. Okay.
They are. Not you, though, Andrew. You did all the same shit.
No, the apology tour continues is the next one.
Oh, God, this is like humiliating to watch. And I've never liked Andrew Tate, but I'm like, Andrew, please, save some dignity.
I may have never seen a less alpha male in my entire life.
It's great, groveling.
Yeah.
Friend of mine, and I have to make this very clear to the world. I have a whole bunch of friends who do a whole bunch of shit that perhaps I would not do myself, or I may not 100% agree with, but that doesn't mean they're not my friends, and I don't speak to them. I have to be honest here, guys. I'm really not trying to do some big apology tour, and the reason for that is because I really didn't do anything wrong. So I want to make this clear. I understand why some people were offended. I understand they want to attach it to my name. I understand that it gets clicks in the media if you say...
just that one sentence. I understand why some people are offended. I'm stunned I'm hearing Andrew Tate say that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be like, we're all pussies for being offended? Like, we're all fucking woke, liberal bitches, you know? Listen. No one understands better than me why you would get offended by something. Andrew Tate.
A guy who used to say like that's the Matrix is literally just like green numbers now. That's all he is. He's just green numbers running up and down.
So weird.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate did X, Y, Z. I got on a bus. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone. I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on my phone. If they want to crucify me for that, that's up to them. Myron made the Nazi salute because he thought it was funny. That's Myron to come here and defend.
Of course.
It's not for me to see.
It seems like Andrew has no control over his own destiny. It seems like Andrew is completely out of control of how people perceive him, the situations he's in. He has control of none of it. It's very beta male of him.
Yes, it is. He's leading from behind, Mike. That's how he's doing it.
You're coming here and defend. Myron is someone I know and I respect and I like. Even if he did something that offended me, even if I found that offensive, I would still say, oh, okay, well, I like Myron. I have a whole bunch of friends who do a whole bunch of things that I don't like. I have black friends, white friends. I have every single type of friend you can have. Wow. We have the most racist group
fucking liberal over here
chat in the world. This is the world I live in, right?
Hold on, this is where he's still trying to save face with his audience. He's like, listen, I'm in racist group chats, guys.
Yes.
I'm not some
one of you.
I'm not some pussy.
Yeah, still one of you. New image, which is clearly what he's going for. But...
Just humiliating. He's like, let me rebrand myself in my 40s as Andrew Tate.
Like, you can't go on the same Patrick Bet David, be like, I'm the same alpha male. You got to rebrand yourself. Show up on like Ellen or Rosie. I know those shows don't exist, or The
Right.
View. Yeah.
You can't rebrand yourself with the same audience and be like, I'm not that guy anymore.
No, you need to be Howard Stern on, the fucking talent contest.
Yeah, just sell out or don't, Andrew. Jesus.
Nick Fuentes says a lot of things I agree with. I don't agree with everything he says. I've seen clips of him say things,
I
and
draw
I
the
found
line
them very
Heil
funny.
Hitler. That's where I'm like, Nick, come on, man.
Yeah. Anything up to and including Mexicans, I'm all good.
I had never met him before. Collab's blown up online. He's doing things. I've seen some clips. I'd never met him before. I got to Miami for the first time in a long time. They said, guys, let's meet up. We met up. Sneeko came along. We went out. They played a song. For me, I understand what you're saying. Like, I need to reinvent myself, and I have all these charges.
If you choose to, you don't have to.
Of course, but I have all these charges, and I have the potential to have a brand new image, and I'm one of the best, most well-known people on the planet. If I meet somebody for the first time, or I meet people and hang out with them for 6 or 7 hours, and the entire thing is filmed, and 30 seconds blows up, I understand, and I'm really not trying to just pass blame, and I'm not trying to make excuses. But truthfully, I don't see what I should have done differently besides say, oh, I've never met you before, you haven't been vetted, I'm never going to meet anybody ever. Or sit in a car and say, sorry guys, because I'm in this car, we must cut off the Bluetooth. Let me take everybody's phone from them. Like, it is what it is. I understand how these things get attached to my name. It's very inconvenient for me. I have Jewish business partners. I have tech teams in Israel. I have things going on, and I get a mess from this crap too. Mm-hmm. I can argue that I was set up. I can argue that Sneeko wasn't thinking. I can argue that they were...
Now he was set up. And by the way, if you're wondering what to do, Andrew, if you're like, listen, there's no way I could predict the future. How am I going to know? Put it this way. If someone came to me and was like, hey, you're going to hang out with Nick Fuentes, we're going to film the entire thing. Here's the worst thing that's going to come of it. You're going to bob your head to the Kanye Heil Hitler song. I'd be, whew, I made it off easy. Thank God. That's all that happened. Andrew's like, how was I supposed to know? It's like, this wasn't that bad. If you, of all the things Nick Fuentes has like gotten in trouble for or any of that, this is pretty mild. And Andrew is going on this press tour of like, how was I to know any of this could happen? I'm merely a man trying to rebuild his image, and I, did a Nazi salute with a racist guy.
His beta cucking response here will be remembered far past the dance in the song in the club.
Right, now, whatever he tries to do, these videos that he's making where he, just makes excuses for losing fights and being in the Nazi salutes, they're much more embarrassing for him than if he just said nothing about it.
Yeah, he's really not taking his own advice.
Go
watch us.
That's what we learned on this show. It's Riyadh, it's shit like this. The response always makes it so much worse when you try and make excuses or grovel or any of this stuff.
What sucks is if he's actually evolving and hasn't figured out how to do that yet and is sort of doing it awkwardly in front of all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have been so hurtful.
That's what I said about Fuentes, or maybe that is happening. He just doesn't know how to handle it. But it's also there's a certain amount of time you can spend being a guy where it's I don't know if we really give a shit if you're evolving now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you gotta lose the alpha male look if you're gonna have the beta attitude. He's still got the cigar, everything black, glasses.
He's a man's man.
I'm gonna fuck your lady, but I'm gonna run from some criticism from some people. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he even denied the sex trafficking allegations this hard.
Right.
That's true.
It was all bullshit. This will spend an hour groveling with Patrick Bet David over.
Trying to chase clicks. I could argue it was malicious or not malicious, But truthfully, from the bottom of my heart, truthfully, I'm not here to beg sorry from anybody. I was in a van and I was in a club. That club.
I've never heard anyone say that. I've never heard anyone
I
say.
was in a van?
No, I've never heard anyone say, truthfully, from the bottom of my heart.
I was in a van.
I'm not begging for acceptance. Truthfully, deep down inside of me, what I want most is for you to not think I'm begging for you to forgive me.
Club also played songs about beating the shit out of women and shooting fucking black people. I didn't put any of the songs on. I'm not the DJ. And I think actually, truthfully, and we have to analyze this from an outside perspective. I'm not saying this as me. I'm saying this from a complete outsider. Everybody understands the scenario I just explained. Everybody's been in a car with people they don't know when someone else has the Bluetooth. Everybody has. So everybody can sit and say, well, if he's getting such a hard time over this, obviously some of the conspiracy theories must be true. Like, what did I do here?
You didn't do anything, man. It's fine. No one gives a shit.
It's that you're talking about you didn't do anything days later in a beta sort of way that we're all rediscovering you.
By the way, the people who would be offended by this would never be fans of Andrew Tate. That's why I don't get why he's doing this damage. It's not like his fans were like, my stars.
No, he's got to get the turtleneck and go like full lib and soft if he's going to want those people.
Yeah.
He's got to, show them.
I don't get, but it's funny to watch Andrew spiral like this. He's having a tough time, so we'll keep an eye on him. I don't know that we can officially call Andrew Tate one of our lol cows now, but it seems like he's heading in that way.
He's evolving in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Electra, we have some super chats here.
Alrighty then. Just insane. I like that. $5. Came across your ROTC appearance, and I've been a fan since.
Oh, really? Well, thank you.
This is a good appearance, Yor.
Thank you.
Yor.
I appreciate that, buddy.
World's
Glad
Worst
you're
Boy,
right.
1999. Big fan, Mike. I pass time at work listening to WAYL. You did an epic on the Big Three, but I'd love to hear your talk about his live stream PCL.
Perry Caravello.
Oh, Perry Caravello and the Windy City Heat guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perry could be an interesting subject. Maybe that's a good idea. We just did, it's up for members now, The Rise and Fall of Comedy Central. And that'll be out Wednesday for everyone else. So check that out. I think it was a fun one.
A few more here.
Just don't show him in his diapers. That grosses me out so much. Ugh. Leonidas Aurelius. Mike's surf album. Stevie Wonder's How to Hang 10.
That's right.
Yes. We'll be working on that. A few more here. Sorry. And here's one from Colostomy Stephen Cunt.
Shockery Jockery. Dick Dockery Do. What?
Shockery Jockery.
All right.
And one more here.
And Colostomy Stephen Cunt. It's the Bellamy Salute, and we had it first.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's what he should have said. The Bellamy.
Hey, he's just touching his heart. The Elon excuse.
What is this Heil Hitler thing you think? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, who's that?
All right, time for some Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, you want to talk about weird apologies. Chris D'Elia is in the Hall of Fame of bad apologies, where years ago, so I always feel the need to give my resume on Chris D'Elia, where when the D'Elia stuff broke, it seemed a little fishy to me. The screenshots didn't seem complete that were being leaked of him. At the time when it first happened, it wasn't necessarily like rape he was being accused. First they said he was like a pedophile, like he was preying on young girls. And then it morphed into, well, these girls were all 18, but some of them were 17 when they reached out to him, and then he waited till they were 18 to talk to them. So it seemed fishy. And that was at a time, it was the summer of 2020 when things got crazy with cancel culture and all that stuff. So at the time, I defended D'Elia, and I said, before we all call him a pedophile, before we all jump on this train, let's see if there are some facts here to back it up. And then, probably 8 months later or so, Chris D'Elia went away for a while, and then months later he came back and he made an apology. And he said, listen, there have been a lot of accusations flying around here, and I want to address them head on. I did, and I'm embarrassed to say this, I cheated on my wife. And when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. That's not what people are upset by. No one gives a shit if you cheated on your wife. People were accusing you of being a pedophile and rape, by the way. Then like a Rolling Stone article comes out, which, by the way, I'm willing to grant you, Rolling Stone is shit journalism, but that doesn't mean these accusations aren't in there. Legitimate like sexual assault. Like girls were saying that D'Elia forced them to suck his dick, literally saying that he said, everything will be all right if you just do what I say. All this branding stuff, like he would have them tattoo themselves. He wanted their locations on so he could monitor where they are. And then the Chris D'Elia Problem documentary really exposed that at the time of that being made, a lot of this was still happening. Chris never responded to any of that. What he did was he went to rehab. So now he's on Jack Osborne's podcast. Do you have the name in front of you, Casey? I'm forgetting.
I don't have the name of it.
Like not trying to die or something, trying not to die or something like that. But it's Jack Osborne and his co-host, and they have Chris D'Elia on. And they're talking about sex addiction and all this stuff. And I'm in a bit of a pickle now, because now for the first time, Chris D'Elia is addressing these accusations head on and just saying they were all lying. Like he didn't really say that before. He just said they were made up lies. But a bit of a twist that I just heard. I won't say what podcast it was that I heard this on, because I don't want to drag them through any muck or mire. But let's just say it was pretty real ass. And these dudes said that Chris D'Elia may be in a lot of lawsuits right now, where the reason he's out touring and playing all these theaters, and trying to make a lot of money right now is to pay off a lot of the lawsuits that he has against a lot of these women, which makes this podcast a little suspicious. Anyways, let's get to it and hear from Chris D'Elia, where he also did that Soft White Underbelly show where he cried about like what hardship he's been through. But this is the most direct he's ever responded to it by far. So let's see if he changes my mind at all.
First clip here is called Other Comedians.
Yeah, so he throws other comedians under the bus for selling him out, which he is right on, by the way. Okay. But I'll tell you, he's mad at a lot of other, particularly he's mad at Whitney, I think, more than anyone.
His co-star in the TV show, correct?
Correct, yes.
And she turned on him pretty much immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who else turned on him immediately that he's forgotten. Maybe my favorite clip in YouTube history is The Fighter and the Kid when Brian Callen is weeping and says it feels like somebody died. And then he turns to his co-host, Brendan Schaub, who through his tears says, I can't talk. These men are weeping because they're basically saying Chris D'Elia is a pedophile. And that's before they spoke to him. In the clip, they're both like, we haven't talked to him yet. We don't know if it's true. So D'Elia is right, but it's about even guys that are still in his corner. But let's hear him explain.
Did you feel that about your situation? Did you feel that you couldn't believe how people that you knew for years didn't support you? Like weren't there for you? Like that's my question of being, because I'm sure in the beginning you don't like to be judged. Like maybe 10, 15 years ago you cared what people think. Did you or you didn't you?
It actually it blew my mind kind of, because like
Me too.
I comedians are so community I thought was mattered. Like I was like that, But comedians are just most comedians are just pretty spineless. Their whole life they've been the outcast, and they finally get some recognition because of laughter, and it's like, I'm not letting go of that. And fuck that. If that's what a comedian is, then I'm.
He is right, but was like, and I don't know the answer to this. Was D'Elia loudly defending like Louis and Aziz when shit like that came up? He may have been. I don't know, but I'm just asking. Like, was Chris D'Elia putting his career on the line to defend other comedians that got in trouble? Or is it just when he is under the bus that he expects everyone to leap to his defense?
It's a sort of head-down strategy at all times.
Yeah. Again, maybe I'm wrong. If you go back to D'Elia's podcast, maybe he did loudly defend those guys. But I remember Chris saying that pedophile rings in Hollywood don't exist. That's what I remember. Oh, really, dude?
Don't bet on that.
How would you know that if you didn't know that you know?
Right.
I'll do something. I'll be something else. I'll be on stage making people laugh, but don't call me that because that's weird to me. But I get it. I get it because when your fucking house is on fire, you don't want people running into it.
Yeah.
You know. So
you weren't surprised, or were you?
That's not Jack Osborne, people. By the way, people are asking in the chat if that guy is Jack Osborne. That is
No,
not Jack
no. This is not a Nick Simmons situation.
No,
Jack
but I
Osborne
mean,
is also on the podcast.
yeah, we've seen what the sister looks like, Kelly. So anything's possible. But no, that is not.
I was surprised, by a few people, but you know, it is interesting because you really realize that people can't fucking wait to hate you.
I know. I learned that about me too. They can't wait.
You know, like there's truth in what he's saying. Like when you get to a certain level, people are just waiting to tear you down. It's a shitty thing that people who get successful have to go through. When you're famous like that, it is unfortunate that that's how a lot of society is, and it's something that should be examined and talked about more, probably. The difference with Chris is, and what he always ignores, is that they were accusing you of raping children. Now, if that's not true, it's a very ugly accusation. but if it is true, I get why people were like, I don't want to associate with that.
Love you, Kragers. We know this nothing to do with you.
Wait, right?
They can't wait, and they don't look at you like that. They don't look at you like that before that. They go, "Oh fuck, hey, what's up?" And
yeah, you're right.
But they can't wait to fucking hate you, man. And it blew my mind, and it still kind of blows my mind. But that's how people are, and particularly, you know, I can say people at least that I know, like in comedians and in the arts. But like, you know, everyone else, they're cool. They're good for, you know, everyone who I had friends, they're friends.
Did you experience people privately coming out and supporting you, but then publicly?
Yes.
Yeah. So like I'd be curious to know about that. People that texted him and were like, "We know you're not a rapist," and then like publicly were like, "Well, I can't associate with this guy." I'd be curious to know who that is. And this is where like I'm glad Chris is talking about this a little more openly, at least now, because it's a fascinating thing he went through that, again, he never talked about. He deflected and he was like, "Yeah, I cheated on my wife." But it's like, no, that's not what people were mad about, man.
Right.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit. Celebrities cheat on their wives all the time. No one's like, "Oh my God." Like every once in a while it flares up as a big story. But like Dave Grohl didn't get fucking canceled. You know what I mean? It wasn't that big a deal when stories like that come up. So no one was like, "Oh my God, Chris D'Elia was unfaithful." It's that literally girls were coming out and saying I was underage and he took advantage of me. That's the problem that they have in every city, by the way.
He's really the white Kobe Bryant in a lot of ways, you know? Like, Kobe did the same thing. The Denver lady accused him, and he's like, "Here, wife, here's a $3 million ring press conference."
And it is very Kobe. I'll tell you this. With Kobe, it was one accusation that I'm aware of. With Chris, it was like 40 people came online and were like, "Yep, I have the same story with this fucking asshole."
Yeah, and according to Tom Likas, she deserved it with Kobe, so that's that case.
Oh, did you say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on.
That's why he kind of disappeared. What's up, Electra?
No, just saying, Chris D'Elia obviously does not have good public relations people.
Well,
whereas Kobe Bryant did.
Yeah. In a way, I guess he does. But I mean, he's still touring theaters. I always say when he came to Boston, he played the Wang Theater, which is 3,000 seats.
Wang.
Yeah. Yes. Very funny. But it's a 3,000 seat venue, and I think he did 2 shows there. So like he's doing well still. So like his fans have. So maybe he played it right. But just if you're looking at it as someone in society, you're like, and I'm being hypocritical in a way because this is similar to how Louis approached it, where he doesn't really address the specific accusations. But to me, the difference is Louis's worst accusations were not rape, whereas Chris's, they very much were, you know?
Right.
Next one up is Never Saw It Coming.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that, again, I'm not even shitting on him this time. Like, we've shit on Chris D'Elia a lot. This is the most interesting and open that he's talked about that. So I was really more just curious to hear a lot of it.
I mean, I got that, but I also got, dude, I'm going to do everything I can to help you. Let's get through this.
I don't even want to
Boom, tweet.
Yeah.
Fuck Chris D'Elia.
Oh
Yeah.
boy!
Wow.
Oh, that's the worst. That's even worse. I think.
No, well, that's the worst.
That's the worst. I mean,
you
come
go,
on.
what?
When it was all going down, though, was it a thing where, you know, obviously, well, I should say before it went down, did it ever cross your mind like, okay, this shoe could drop one day?
No.
No, he
Never
definitely
did.
didn't.
No.
No.
Just kind of.
No,
you were in the moment.
I legit was every night at my show, and then afterwards.
You never think you're going to lose your sex cult, Mike. It just happens one day.
Well, this is what's interesting, though, is like, I don't know what he's sorry for then. If it's just like he was having a bunch of one-night stands with women all around the country. I don't know why he's like, I had to go to rehab and I was acting crazy and it was going to destroy my life. It's like, why? I guess his home life is what he's talking about, where it would have destroyed his marriage. But like, he is talking like he's learned something from this whole experience, where it's like, if you just had one-night stands with all hot, legal girls, why are you still apologizing for it? I don't get it.
The D'Elia and Tate show, we're better now. Get the podcast going, guys.
Right.
So I would, see who was out there, and I'd want to, I'd have sex almost every single night with different, and I would.
My dick was so happy back then.
Hand up. You caught me red-handed. I was the fucking man.
Be like, dude, this is rock star shit. Comedians don't even get to do this.
Yeah,
of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And now comedians are kind of cool. But, in 10 years ago, they weren't really that cool. So, like...
he crossed his legs, like, so tight right there.
Yeah,
That is just... His body language is so disturbing. If you could...
Gavin
Mike
Newsom
right now.
does.
He doesn't need a penis anymore. That's why. He's been...
He's been neutered.
Yeah.
How do men sit like this? This is a pet peeve of mine.
So, I don't... I was just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Only awesome. Only awesome.
Yeah.
And now I was being deceitful. I was being, I had at that point I had a girlfriend or a fiance, you know what I mean, like whatever it was, and I was living like that, and that's not right.
Yeah, but
that,
we don't give a shit about that. This is what's so weird about him addressing this stuff is like the rape accusations never come up, which is odd to me.
It's like that tiny road that's next to a freeway that you can drive like freeway speed, but you're not on the freeway. He's talking about something that's kind of
And here's the problem: like, no one would defend Chris D'Elia more than me if he was wrongfully accused of this stuff. Like, if he came out and talked about it, like when the New York Times wrote an article about Portnoy, essentially accusing him of rape. That's basically what the New York Times tried to accuse Dave Portnoy of, and he came out like fucking Lenny Bruce with court transcripts and did an hours-long video of going through each point, case by case, point by point, going through, he would show messages between him and the girls. Like, he exonerated himself. He may have looked crazy in that time, but now there's no one that thinks that New York Times piece was true. Like, he completely cleared his name of that. D'Elia has never done that. It's a weird thing where he's like, yeah, all the girls are correct in saying that we had sex, but just their recounting of it is a lie. That's where they're lying, is I wasn't awful to them in any way.
That's, and I was also lying to everybody. I mean, people didn't know that I had a girlfriend or whatever. I would just, at all costs, I would just try to get laid. And
it is a lying drug.
Well,
a little Michael Scott there too. Like, if I check liar, if I check cheat, if I check horrible person, maybe they'll not look over at rapist.
Yeah, that's not what anyone was upset about. I mean, except your wife was upset, but like none of us give a shit.
It was my drug, bro. I mean, it was just 100%.
Of course.
Yeah.
So just say you're a sex addict and you didn't look at their IDs,
Yeah, that's true. But he's gone to rehab. But what's, again, weird about this guy, he went to rehab for sex addiction the week that the Chris D'Elia Problem documentary dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Like that week, he's like, I'm not going to be doing the podcast for a little while. I'm going to rehab. Like, boy, that's unusual timing.
Yes. Next one is delusional.
Yeah, I assume this is about us, maybe. Not sure.
Probably.
It's also like look, 2020 was the craziest time.
He's correct.
Yeah, it's true.
Period. That we've, and I mean, but when it all started with COVID, and then Floyd, and then everything, and then people were afraid to say anything wrong, and then that's when my whole thing went down, and then everyone's afraid to say anything wrong. So,
he's right about this, where comedians were afraid to speak up and be like, I know. But here's the weird thing with Chris. It's not like, I thought it was shitty when Anthony Cumia got fired for his tweets. There were some comedians that I was surprised didn't speak up, and it's because they didn't want to look like they were, signing off on racism or whatever. Like they didn't want to be dragged into it. They didn't want to affect their careers, and it was a little cowardly. But these are things that Anthony said, where you would go, I've been on Anthony's show, he's not a racist, whatever. No one can hear these accusations and go, actually, I know Chris is not a pedophile or a rapist. Like, we don't have that, his friends don't have that insight, you know what I mean? It's why Brian Callen cried and was like, it feels like someone died. Because, like, you don't know anyone on that level. What they're doing behind closed doors, I can't vouch. My best friend, if he gets these accusations, I can't vouch for him because I don't know what's true in that moment. You know what I mean? So D'Elia is like, oh, all these cowards, no one spoke up for me. No one knew if it was true or not. So, like, what do you want them to say, really?
But yeah, it was just, I was a fucking liar, and I would use sex, and I would, looking back now, I'm like, I think also age has a lot to do with it. I was
it
like,
certainly
now that
does, Chris. Not yours so much, but age is absolutely a factor here. How does it not come up that the accusation was that they were underaged?
Hit the nail on the head on that one.
Age is a factor. Yeah, I think so, Chris. You're right.
45, I'm like, I can't, that was...
Oh, his age.
Now, like, thinking about how I didn't think the other shoe was going to drop, now thinking about that, I'm like, oh, I was crazy.
Yeah.
I was delusional,
That's true.
He's a low T now.
Because... You don't think fucking... Well, I guess Drake is... I was trying to think of a celebrity that is on the road a lot, but, like, whatever fucking musician, artist, like, people that tour like that, you don't think they fuck girls all the time? They're not being accused of rape.
No, I think your wide receiver has like 9 kids this year. No ladies.
Yeah, John Diggs has been accused of like actual assault. And we're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. He can catch that ball, baby.
What the fuck? Why would that not happen?
It's this thing that I've experienced at times in my life where you're like, well, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Right.
And I just assumed that no one else will tell anyone anything.
I love that one.
Like,
that's the best one.
Yeah.
It annoyed me too. These guys annoyed me because there's never pushback. There's never like, read some of the accusations. And by the way, if Chris is innocent, that's not offensive to do to him. He can address all of them. I never understand that where you're having this conversation and you're like, Chris, isn't it crazy? It's like, well, read some of the accusations. What are we talking about? Because there's probably people in the audience that don't know what the fuck Chris D'Elia was even accused of.
Right. He's in the studio. Don't pussyfoot around it. Ask the questions.
Right. Even if you think or are certain he's innocent, because it helps Chris more if you read the accusations and he can go through them case by case why it's bullshit. Like, that helps him more than this vague, like, yeah, I cheated on my girlfriend thing that he's doing.
Yes.
Electra, send the message to D'Elia. Blind Mike needs an interview. We gotta nail this guy.
I'll exonerate Chris. It'll all be fine after that. I'll walk you through it.
He'll ask the hard-hitting questions.
Yes.
I can keep a secret. I'm assuming they can't.
The other person's going to control.
Yeah.
So whether say anything. It'll be like me.
Well, not to mention, they're going to make stuff up anyway, right?
Like, this is the worst part about it.
Here's where we get into trouble. But I guess he is doing what I want here, where he's like, yeah, they're all liars.
Lie,
which
like,
is the worst
about
part
anything. So, like, I mean, how many times have you heard, "Oh, dude, I know your friend," and you're like, "Who?" And you're like, "Ralph," and you're like, "I know no one named Ralph." You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
little
And like,
different. Did Ralph, keep them in a hotel room and force them to suck his cock? Is that what Ralph did, or is that what you were accused of?
Yeah, that wasn't a good analogy, Chris.
Sometimes people lie about knowing my buddy Ralph, and some people say that I fucked him underage against their will.
I wonder if his Ralph's a potato too.
oh, he said, and you're like, oh, I bet he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's
true.
It's
It's a
just,
grapevine.
it's just nothing is real except for, who you have at home, what you have at home. You think the internet coming at you is you think that's the worst thing, and you go, well, but that's not real life. That's not real life.
No.
Like,
I think when the Rolling Stone wrote that the FBI was looking into Chris, I think that might be one of the worst things that could happen to you. But hey, nothing came of it. That is what you have to say if you want to defend Chris D'Elia. No criminal charges were ever pressed. Like I said, I have heard that there are lawsuits. I don't know how true that even is. So as far as the law is concerned, he's squeaky clean. So you got to give him that.
Yeah, I'd be showing that document to everyone. I'd be like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
Too, by the way, is hey, like you can say what you want. I think these people made stuff up, and the best evidence of that is that I'm not in prison. I don't know why he doesn't really say that, but.
Well, which also means that he was investigated by the FBI. I mean, he was interviewed, which means he didn't lie to the FBI.
I don't know if that's true, by the way. The Rolling Stone wrote that, and I'm not sure it's 100% accurate. It was like rumors at the time.
They like to get liars. And so if he went to an interview and he was like, yeah, man, I was drunk at a show. I thought she was 21. What if she 19? You could see him kind of getting away with that if he's honest with them and the ages are close. But if it's like 15 or 16-year-olds, how did he get away with it? Like, how? I don't understand.
Well, but that's what he should be hanging his hat on. Is like, I'm not in fucking prison. Obviously, I'm not guilty of this stuff.
Yeah. He's looking more guilty than innocent, I guess is the problem.
The weird thing is, like, people still think of Chris as a pedophile, and I don't know if we should be defending him and being like, clearly he's not, because he doesn't give us any incentive to do that,
Yeah, usually, thieves at the store don't get caught on their first time. So that's why you're like wary. Like, hey, I ain't defending.
When you're in the hot seat and people are saying "fuck you" on the internet, that's not real. You go outside and nobody is in your yard. Fuck you. You know what I mean? It's like, so yeah. It's you relearn and you understand. What's important, and it's always kind of a struggle, right? Because like you still get jealous. You see people do well. You see people get shit on. You see, but now it's it's a little different now because now I do feel compartmentalizing is a lot harder, because of everything that's opening up. Like, dude, I went to rehab. I went to, I do meetings and all that shit. But that was it's a little harder to compartmentalize unless I got to go on stage and I understand, it's showtime. But yeah.
So what I don't really get is like, why do you have to go to meetings to be like, I fucked attractive girls? You know what I mean? That's the weird thing. I guess sex addiction is real, but like Chris is just a guy. He was a handsome guy who a lot of young girls went to his show, and he would have sex with them, according to Chris. Why do you need to go to rehab for that? It doesn't seem like a thing you need a rehabilitation for. You probably shouldn't be married, but
yeah. Why are you self-implementing punishment for a crime you say you didn't commit?
Yes, exactly. Yes,
it's very confusing.
Yeah,
I think most men do it to make good with their wife or significant other.
That's a question I had.
And you know what? Maybe it has nothing to do with us. Maybe it's like for his wife, where he has 2 kids now, and maybe he actually wants to be a family man. So like, good for him if he's really doing that. But it just felt performative where he didn't go to rehab when the allegations first came up. It was 2 or 3 years later when that documentary was made. So again, it just seems
right.
Like
That's a bad look.
Very convenient. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the theme of today's show is late stage consciousness. Yeah, you could be a dick your whole life, but as long as you're like 40 or 50, you start to understand my daughters that I have could be treated by like Chris D'Elia. Oh no.
Yeah.
Next one is thick skin.
Okay, I'm sure he had to develop that through this.
Yes, he did.
Dude, you think people are going to kill you? So I mean, I was getting death threats and stuff. So
of course.
So
I like this guy. They never ask about the accusations, and yet if you're just listening to this, he goes, "I was getting death threats," and this guy goes, "Of course, you were, being accused of fucking rape.
You went to rehab. Of course, you're getting death threats."
They never mention. If you're just listening to this, you're like, "Why was he, of course, getting death threats for fucking hot chicks?"
Yeah, fucking hot chicks and going to rehab. Murder him.
For that, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to bomb. All right, and so you're like, oh, I'm going to bomb. Who cares? After that, you go, is somebody going to kill me?
Yeah.
So you get this extra layer of thick skin. I mean, fuck it, dude. I have had one lady scream out once, like, I just fucking saw some article about, and I'm like, all right. And I fucking...
The article said that the FBI was investigating you, and it went through case by case of different rape accusations. You just brushes that off. Some lady saw some fucking article.
Maybe not mention she's a lady. Just say someone mentioned something. Your lady juice is gone, buddy.
This dumb bitch. Let's blame this lady now. That's good. That'll be good for your image, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, I immediately turned it on her and just was like, and the crowd was like, boo,
get her
to her. Like, get the fuck out. And I was like, dude, first of all, it's just like, if you're going to read an article.
Yeah.
Or not even, if you just see a headline, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? We
okay,
also...
You're right. Don't just read the headlines. I happened to go through the article.
He's been to Seth Simon's page, apparently. Hey,
and then I watched the documentary, and I read a lot of the claims from the women that were on Twitter at that time as well. And so, like, it's the mountain of evidence that there is that people are going through, where they're like, that seems interesting. Now, I will say there are things in that documentary that I would like answered, by the way. There's a voicemail from Chris that is clearly taken out of context. They don't play the full thing. I find that suspicious. There are women that have videos of Chris and make claims in there, but those are like chopped up a little bit. So that's something I would like to hear Chris talk about. But he's like, no, some lady said I was a rapist and I had the whole crowd boo her. It's like, oh, okay.
Really doing good for your cause there, brother.
Yeah. America, that's a GP.
I know.
That's a GP.
It's a shame. It's a shame. But
that's the world we live in.
Yeah. So I don't. You develop a very thick skin.
Yeah. You sure do. You sure do, Chris. So yeah, I don't know what we learned from that interview. It's the most direct he's addressed it. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard for me to argue because we always get people when we talk about Chris D'Elia and I make jokes or give my actual opinions about him. We always get comments from people who are like, "Oh, it was all bullshit. Like he's not in jail, stuff like that." And that's hard for me to argue. The fact, like, he's not in jail. These were claimed, and there was never. I'm not just saying not in jail, but like was never even close to being brought to that level. So like I don't know. My thing is when people get like dig their heels in on it and are like, it was cancel culture bullshit. It's like, well, neither you nor I were there. We have the same facts, and to me, it looks kind of like he was guilty. But I'm not passionate about it either way. When people get defensive and defend Chris, I'm like, based on what? I don't get it. He's giving me nothing to defend him on. But he has his defenders out there, so credit to him, I suppose.
He does. Everyone seems to. Everyone has their people. We have a few super chats here, Electra.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, folks, for super chatting. Very kind of you. Electra's passed on.
Yeah, she might have fallen asleep. She's having some internet problems today, too, a little bit. But 712 Colgate.
Just as a rule, let's not say she fell asleep in the middle of the show. General, I'm sure she had something very important to do.
No, she passed out.
Dozing off mid-thought from pure boredom on the show.
She passed out of joy. Because of joy and laughter. There we go.
She was so overwhelmed with laughter. Oh, she woke up.
Yes, she woke up.
Sorry for boring you, Alexa.
Sleep. I'm not bored. No. 712 Colgate, $4.99. Hey, Mike, 17 is legal in New England. Maybe Chris was out here. I'm just saying, who cares if legal? Love the show.
Who cares if legal?
17 out in the end.
That's a major factor. Who cares if legal?
Kind of care.
Screenshot this one, FBI. All right, moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
That's from CA in New Hampshire.
That's right.
Colostomy Stephen Kunt. Casey looks like young Opie mixed with Tom Myers in a good way. No, come on, you guys.
Tom Myers, get out of here.
Not right.
Get out of here. You dumb fuck. Get out of here.
But funny, still Colostomy Stephen Kunt. You're a good troll.
All right. Sorry. One more here, then we'll get to the toe.
John Gilligan, $4.99. Mike, even though Casey Day is in today, do Craig rules still apply?
Craig rules are always. I try to enforce Craig rules, as you heard during that segment. I find Craig rules very important to enforce.
It's like the Jordan rules back in the NBA. The Joe Dumars. That's kind of funny. Go ahead on this one.
Darth Nugs, $2. Make Craigers use the filter next week.
I'll try. I will talk to him. I'll see if we can make him a tomato or something. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
All right, Mike. It is time. You know what time it is.
Can we give him the steel toe coverage? You know, I felt like, oh, maybe we didn't have enough this week, so I should add steel toe. Let's check it on the goal. It's exhausting, though. You know, it really is exhausting to get through the goal because I asked Moody. I was like, this is a Moody pick we have today. Usually, I pick a random episode and I see what's going on with the goal. I asked for a Moody pick this week, and I said, "What's the best one?" And he sent me this episode. I think it was Thursday. I don't remember what day it was. One of the days this week where steel toe was perfect, but also it was a nightmare to try and make up the goal. So let's see what's happening now with the goal, because the reason I found this week interesting to cover steel toe is he had a video. He went live from the Minnesota protests, and he had a video get like 500,000 views or something, 200,000 views, 500,000, something like that. So a lot of people checked out his. Now, what I don't know that Aaron realizes is something happens, and like, you know, for example, I used to live in Watertown on the literally on the street that the Boston bomber was caught.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev was gunned down and captured. I lived on that street. Not at the time. Not at the time that it was happening. Let's say hypothetically I did live there. If I went outside and made a video of the cars whizzing by saying,
get some views.
They got the Boston bomber, it would get a lot of views. Would those people stay and watch me pontificate about Chris D'Elia? Probably not. It seems unlikely. But steel toe is like, oh my God, it's happening.
Oh man, this is amazing.
Finally, people are going to respect me as a newsman. So they've got to be fucking smashing through that goal. Put it this way, $350 divided by 250,000. People don't have to pay that much for the goal. The premium is not that high. So this is exciting. Let's see how the goal does this week.
Mr. IRL is the first one here.
He's got a new name for himself. It's very exciting.
Jesus Christ.
Red Fox Mad with $5 says, Aaron, go live on site at the school board meeting tonight. She might be kicked off the board. I did offer the evening show audience an offer. They said, hey, we want you to go to that school board meeting. You're Mr. IRL now.
Jesus Christ.
They said, you're our hero. You're Mr. IRL. Which, by the way, what a drop-off. The Minnesota ICE protests to some school board meeting. And Aaron's just going to go and sit there quietly, and we're going to get to see a school board meeting live. How exciting. That's the thing is Andrew he's not like Alex Stein, where he's like an agitator at these things. He just went and quietly filmed, and so people naturally like scrolled by. If you're interested in that protest, you scroll by and you go, oh, what's going on? You don't think, ooh, whose channel is this? I have to follow. Maybe they'll be at all the protests around America that I can follow. It's random. You just think it's like any other, like how many of those in fucking Instagram Reels or TikTok that you just scroll by, even if you're interested in the video, the account might be worthless to you.
And then this video comes on and you're like, when did I just subscribe to this garbage? Get it off here as fast as possible.
Yeah.
you know me. If my audience asks me to do something, I always set a number. So here's what I said. If you guys do the thing for the Tuesday night show.
What does that mean? Do the thing. He can't say goal. So if you hit the goal.
I'm a hooker. That's basically what he just said. I got Johns, and they pay.
Any content you guys suggest of me, I put a dollar amount on. Do you imagine?
I immediately modify it.
Sat here at the beginning of the show and was like, I mean, if you want me to talk about Andrew Tate, it's going to cost you. What a crazy way to do this.
Oh, we're going to change WATS? I don't even think you got... That's going to be 5 figures. We're going to need to dig deep into the 401k, Carl, on that one.
Show and knock out the Wednesday night show. I will go. I will cover it. I'll stream it however I can. If I can film it, then I'll film it. If I have to hit go live and just kind of set my phone somewhere
so brave
where nobody can see, I will do it. And if allowed, I will speak at the school board meeting.
Oh, my God.
Now... I live in 7-4. I was going to say, do I live in the district? I do. I guess
there when he said, because that's quite a powerful sentence. When he said, if allowed, I will speak at the school board meeting. Do you think there was like a noticeable spike? If they track this sort of information, do you think there was a noticeable spike in all bank account apps? Like, Bank of America, SoFi, all of them across the board. Like, people were just logging into their bank accounts to see how much money they had that they could feasibly give Aaron in order to speak at the school board meeting.
I had to make a school board budget. The kids aren't getting food this week, darling.
The board of Citibank is like, traffic was through the roof this month. At the exact moment that Aaron said, I'm going to speak at the school board meeting. People were transferring funds in. It was amazing.
Belies how just a bad of a parent he is. He just realized, oh, this is a school board in my district. I didn't even know that.
Well,
I have kids.
I don't think his kids go to school in that district. So
no, not anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, right.
So I'll extend that same offer to today's audience. I have a bunch of offers on the table. We're also 67 memberships away from 500 on Rumble. I'm sorry, 64 memberships.
That's an offer on the table?
67 memberships away.
What? Away from 500 on Rumble. So there's an extra half hour there. I said if we got home today, we would do another members only show at 11. And if you guys KO the miss we had yesterday, I'll do an extra half hour as well. So there's a lot of extras on the table.
A 9-hour show? What the fuck is happening?
Just stay on all the time. Just never hit the off button. That's what you want, Aaron. We know.
I don't know. So like we creep up on 4 hours sometimes, 3-4 hour show. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine anyone being like, Mike, you gotta stay on longer to talk about some horse shit that obviously you don't care about that you haven't gotten to. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't worth talking about in the time that we've allotted for this, I can't imagine people being like, oh boy, what's Mike going to have for the last topic that we forced him to get into? Ooh, I bet he's going to have some interesting takes.
After one of those long 4-hour ones, could you imagine in your head getting up for another one in the night? I'm cashed for the day, you know. So it's bizarre.
Well, that's a good point too. I can't imagine, but not. I can imagine talking for that long, like doing a show for that amount of time. You know what I mean? Like with a break in between. That's not the crazy part to me. The crazy part is 5-6 hours later, having enough subjects when you just kill everything you're interested in. You know what I mean? Like, We'll finish today around 1:30 or whatever. If you told me at 7, Mike, have 4 more topics ready that you're passionate about and can spend 3 hours, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't have anything.
Yeah. You'd just be like, well, get the Nazi song. That's how this happens, Mike.
And then do it again in the morning, by the way.
Yeah. Repeat every day.
Yeah.
And I'll leave them up there. How's that? Thank you for the $5. Red Fox Mad.
You're welcome.
Live streams is the next one.
Okay, so he's talking about these Minnesota protests that he's been doing. And he's trying to convert them into tow boys. These people watching the live streams.
You or anything. Coltrane says, so we have to pay him to help increase viewership by suggesting content. Yeah, I'm not going to make any money. When I do those live streams, I don't make any money on those. Great viewership. I do it because it's interesting shit to cover and also because we get a few more subscribers. But I also have to take off the evening show, which is where we make some money. That's...
Well, hold on.
Wait, what?
It doesn't make any sense. You gain subscribers, which would lead to more money. Unless you're aware that those subscribers you gain are utterly valueless because they're never going to watch Steel Toe.
That's bizarre.
Seems like a pretty even trade, dick. Speaking of charges, no,
Why is
I'm
this
fine.
guy a dick?
Yeah,
No, I'm
point it
fine.
out.
You seem fine.
Yeah.
Why is this guy a dick? Because he's like, hey, we have to pay you to go do your dumb live streams. And he's like, yeah, actually, you do.
Mm-hmm. And he was talking sweet about like the night crowd, which he hates most of the time. So,
oh yeah, the night crowd is dead to him unless he needs to use them for leverage to make
Yes.
money.
Yes. Next one is All For Us.
Oh, is it? Are we getting spoiled again? Oh, honestly, I get a little embarrassed when Aaron spoils us. I don't like it.
He's a sweet boy. Spoiler.
I'm uncomfortable about it because what do I do for him? You know?
Shit show with 199 says, how much to do a show with no arbitrary numbers talk? I can't do that because it triggers the shit out of people who don't like me. I'm sorry. It's a petty thing that I have to do.
This is our fault.
We did this.
So Aaron, before I ever knew he existed, before Patrick Melton ever knew he existed, all these people that cover Aaron, before we knew he existed, Aaron would go on and beg for the goal. And now he more desperately begs for the goal. And that's because we pointed out how embarrassing it is that he does that every day.
It's
thank
his
you, Aaron.
tick.
Very kind of you to do that.
Yeah. It's the weirdest tick I've ever heard.
I apologize. I'm sorry, shit show. But it gets on your nerves too.
Oh,
So I
it does.
like it.
I hate so much that he does it. It's not great. And if Aaron went a week without it, I'd be like, well, I guess we can't make fun of Aaron.
Nope.
When your numbers do well enough that people make coping websites about it, you have to keep doing it. So, but you did ask me a number.
Do not correct your behavior under any circumstances, no matter what people do.
Let's hear his number to stop talking about the goal.
$1 million. There you go. Los Federales with $1.
Looking at you, MSO. Stop this thing in its tracks.
All right, fine. 1 million. I'll have to send. How many super chats is that? Because they cap you at 500. So
That's about 30,000. 30,000. I told you he was lying is the next one.
Who's lying? Aaron, who's lying?
I don't know.
There you go. 61 memberships away from 500. Let's make some money tonight. If you don't like Johnny, he's not going to be here today. He called in sick after the show started. So if that's worth a couple memberships to you, I mean, hot shit. Let's roll. 61 memberships away from 500. We lost yesterday, so I am very nervous about losing today. Here we go. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. What I'd really like to see, though, are numbers. I would really... Rumble numbers and YouTube numbers have been down both days this week in the morning after our 220,000 view stream. I knew we weren't going to get a bump from it, but I want to at least stay on the pattern of regular growth that we were experiencing before.
That's not what that is, actually. that's not a pattern of regular growth. What happened is your numbers were dwindling at a rapid pace. And then all of a sudden you have this burst where it's 200,000 views or whatever the fuck he got. And then it went back to exactly where it was before, where the numbers are dropping again. So that to me actually seems pretty normal. But Aaron's trying to offset that. It's like, can't you just take solace in the 200,000 view thing? Like, just be like, that was cool.
Yeah, the moment.
Like, put it this way. I've had, I tweeted that Mark Norman thing a couple years ago, which I didn't even realize what I was doing. I just tweeted a video and was like, does anyone know anything more about this? And it was Mark Normand. It was like that Donald Glover prank that they pulled on Mark Normand at.
Oh, yeah. Pulled him out of the comedy.
Yeah.
club.
It was like a weird video. I just tweeted. It got 21 million views.
Holy shit!
Not. Well, hey, hold your horses, gang. I know it's shocking. Not one person has ever said to me, "Hey, Mike, I found your show because of that Mark Normand video. I really love it." It's just not. No one knew what the account was. They just saw the Normand video. They don't give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? Like this idea now that they're all going to be. If Aaron was doing something at those protests, like if he talked to some of the crazy people out there and had funny or interesting questions, then people would be like, I got to check out more of this guy. Aaron was just silent behind his camera and pointing at protests. No one's like, I got to get more from this maniac out on the streets.
I wish for Aaron your Twitter success. Can you imagine what 200,000 has done to him? Can you imagine what that would do to him right now?
It'd be crazy.
Wait, so you guys, you're saying that he's saying he's getting up to 500 subscribers on Rumble?
What?
Because on Rumble, it says he has 4.62K followers.
Yeah.
We're talking like lives, like live
Oh,
viewers.
you mean during a live? Sorry.
Correct.
I'm
that's okay.
Electra's good for one showstopper per week, I think.
She got a good one in this week.
Go back to bed, Electra.
Okay, bye.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Maybe someone in chat had the same question. I don't know.
The only way to get us new viewers, the only way to get new people
She makes a good point, though, Mike, that he's complaining about a website that was built to handle all this math, but he's giving us all this math, and I'm like, you know what would help me? A website to handle it.
And in the toe, you guys, is to be hitting that thumbs up button. So I know you... Look, some of you are like, why would I give this fucking guy money? If he doesn't make any money, he goes away. I'll just find a new show. I totally get that. I understand that, and I agree with you. But the least you can do is hit that thumbs up for me.
It's please. The least they could do is nothing.
Nothing.
The least they could do is not watch. Watching is something. But all of you watching right now, you're doing much more than you have to support this show. I appreciate you watching it. I hope you're getting some enjoyment out of it. If you hit the like button, you're doing even more than that person did. And then if you comment, you're doing even further. You're engaging with the show and showing you have some level of interest in it. So all of that I appreciate. Then if you give money to the show, that's above and beyond. Not necessary, very kind of you. The least you could do is nothing. It's so crazy to chastise the chat in this way where it's like, guys, it's the least you could do. Give it a like. Tell me you like me. That's the least you could do.
Hey, everyone, hit the like button while you're getting roasted.
It's the least you could do. I mean, really, if we're being honest, come on.
Can I just say, even on Rumble, his live protest Minnesota thing got 497 views.
That's pretty good. It's because he wasn't live. Aaron can't figure out how to go live on Rumble. It's unfortunate.
I would appreciate it. You know what's really gay? Is like YouTube doesn't even...
Gay, tell us, enlighten us. You know what's really gay?
Send out the fact that your show's on to like the almost 15,000 people we have subscribed to our channel. And they do that for everybody, by the way. That's not special to me, but they should. Like when you go live, all of your subscribers should be able to know you're live. And that in itself would throw hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people at us.
No.
I hate YouTube.
Incorrect. None of that is right.
You just listen to these fantasy worlds, man. Ugh.
But Aaron is basically saying the algorithm, now here's what YouTube should do, and Rumble and all these other platforms. What they should do is make it so that like when people log into these sites, I'm the biggest show on the platform. Why are they doing that? Why aren't they centering their entire business around enhancing the toes numbers?
You wonder why Rumble is our primary platform. People were like, they were really mad that we did really well this weekend. But you didn't do it on your quote-unquote main platform, Rumble. Fucking I wish I could. We would have done way bigger numbers because Rumble actually promotes you when you're doing well.
Now hold on, sorry to stop you, Aaron. Let me try and wrap my head around this. YouTube, the biggest podcast platform on the planet now. Billions of people use YouTube. Rumble is not.
Right.
Why? Why would he have more views on Rumble? How can that be? Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. Are there no? You know what? There are probably no political shows on YouTube. Is that right, Casey? I don't look for that kind of stuff.
No, just mesh repair sales. That's all I see on
No one ever goes live on YouTube, so no one thinks to look there.
No.
Toaster
Rumble
repairs.
Toaster.
Studio fucking sucks on mobile. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Our main platform you can't use on your phone in 2026. That's smart thinking, Aaron. It's smart to have a fucking podcast that people can't access on their phone. That's brilliant.
Is his show a podcast? Does he put it up as a podcast?
I heard Nobody Likes Onions look into this at one time, I believe. And not in a long time, I don't think. I think it's like sporadic when he uploads the audio. If I could be... someone feel free to look into that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's been a while.
Yeah, we'll check that out to see. The next one is Struggling.
Oh no, that can't be. He just had all these viewers, all these hundreds of thousands of people were checking in. He must mean we're struggling to think of how much we want to pay him. That's the struggle.
We're struggling to keep our family and our checkbook going while also supporting him. Yes,
definitely. Yes,
it is a struggle.
Mr. Stellar gifting a membership on YouTube. YouTube showing up finally today. Thank you very much. Electric Shoes says Don Lemon made a response to Nicki Minaj calling him Don Cocksucking Lemon. No, I saw that. We talked about it on the Monday night.
I don't mean to interrupt Aaron's fascinating political takes. It's odd that he said YouTube is finally checking in. This platform that exploded in such an amazing way. It exploded for it. It had hundreds of thousands of views. Finally, someone gave him $2 on YouTube. That's interesting.
He's got to be in pain through all this because of what it really says.
No. We're in pain. He does this because it triggers us.
That's true.
We're
my pain.
You hear me. You hear me and you hear Carl and Patrick and these guys, and we're all so bummed. We're like, wish Aaron would stop winning all the time. So I could stop talking about it. We talk about him because he keeps dominating us. That's why we talk about him. And if he started losing, then we'd have nothing to talk about. That's the thing.
That's how the internet works.
Yeah,
we only talk about winners.
Yes.
The Monday night evening show, and we just posted a clip of it. Don't worry, you wouldn't know it exists. Nobody's watched it. Went up at 10 p.m. last night. Nobody fucking cares. Like most of our clips. And no, he went.
Hold on. Who are you talking to there? They would know.
Himself. I don't know who his audience is there.
Right now, I was like, we talked about Joe Rogan earlier in the show. None of you fucking people would know. No, they're the only ones who would. They're the ones supporting you, you jackass. Who is that passive aggression aimed toward?
Y'all probably don't even know who Seth Simons is.
Yeah, not like you guys give a fuck about me. You pricks. Where's my money? Throw me some money.
He was not happy about being called a cocksucker. I can't imagine it's news to him, but he didn't like it anyway. Hey, 628 of you checking out the toe. Hey, YouTube, you're growing a little bit today. Let's keep hitting like. Rumble, I mean, this is our primary platform, and it is down by at least 60.
Oh,
It's
no.
Oh, my God. He's taking like stock tickers. He's like the old stock guys in the 40s, just reading the ticker tape. Oh, no, we're down 6.
So YouTube is way down. No one's on YouTube. Rumble is down by 60, whatever that means. The grand total is, what do you say, 620 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the numbers we're scrutinizing here are not worth talking about. It's like, there's 345 people on Rumble instead of fucking 405. Who gives a shit? There's no difference there, Aaron. Well, those 60 people weren't going to all pay you.
You don't understand that is the difference between the meaning of life, those 60 people. They determine everything.
And a good week on Rumble.
He does this every day.
Well, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow.
It makes sense, though, that he does this every day because he is locked in some sort of Rain Man thing with the numbers that you would only do if you thought about it incessantly every day, all the time, and only. Right? Like, if he did a show once a week, he wouldn't have a goal. He wouldn't care.
I wish there was something positive Aaron could put this skill to, because he is great at talking about numbers.
know.
It's just the focus is wrong. Like he's a master at making up numbers that are important and tracking them and analyzing them and telling them why they matter to us. It's just a shame it's wasted on such a useless endeavor.
Yeah, we need to get him like a Count Dracula job, or on where he's like the number 3. Aaron, today was our number. Yes.
I am down 3 listeners on Rumble today.
But YouTube is showing up. Thank you, YouTube.
Yes. Nandram with $1. That's 0, 1.
Now we got something. He sort of has the hair for a vampire already. Get a cape and we got something, Aaron.
Where if you hit like, it goes into the algorithm. Hit like, hit subscribe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, guys. Let's go.
Chad is he's a car salesman. He should be selling cars. They're all selling.
He'd probably be great at that. He is a kind of a wormy salesman. Like that's what he'd be very good at.
You know what he'd be good at? He'd be a good agent for like sports people. Like numbers, right? Well, he ran 150 yards. He did this. He could make them look good in whatever scenario. An agent is what you need.
He's a wormy salesman. It's just weird to pretend he's interested in doing. He loves radio and podcasts, but he doesn't think about that at all. He just thinks about the sales side of it. Just go sell for a fucking podcast network or something,
Well, that's why I asked if he actually does a podcast, because people that love radio, you love radio, I love radio. It's sort of just, I love having it, an audio form of it. Like, I'm a fan of radio. This guy is like, I'm Mr. Radio, but doesn't have a podcast.
Yeah, I never even thought about that. You can't even get it in audio form if you wanted to.
No, Mr. Radio.
I love this next clip. So somebody was at Disney.
He's so happy with this.
I can't wait to hear about that. Someone's vacation. That's exciting.
He's unsure, Mike. He doesn't seem to be a sure man.
Uh-oh. Hope he gets some confidence here.
That would be nice. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, throw some memberships at us. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Sorry if I'm not doing the show you want today. I apologize. Things continue to 607. Especially the Rumble part of it. I'm sorry. So this next segment you're probably not going to like either, and that's too bad. That really sucks because I love this shit.
Well, damn. I hope I was going to like it, but now I can't. Self-sabotage a bit? My God.
Aaron, they're there. They're watching. I'll tell you this. The people that are in the room right now, some of them might hate the show and think I suck, and they're watching for that reason. They're interested in that. Some people might really like it and be interested in what I'm going to say. None of them are apathetic about it. And they're just like, I'm here. I'll give the guy a view. I'm not going to give him any money, but I'll support him through views.
I really enjoy talking about it. Now I feel bad like I'm doing a show just for myself. I'm really, really sorry. I hope you share it. I hope you like. I hope you feel like giving to it. But we're going to do this Andrew Callahan, Nick Shirley thing. And I can just hear people yelling like, who gives a shit about this? I'm sorry.
I'm sure people do. Well, Aaron, don't stop beating yourself up. I don't know dick about the Nick Shirley, Andrew Callahan thing. I don't know what he's talking about, really. Only vaguely. I know those references. So I personally don't give a shit. People watching a political podcast probably do give a shit, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure. Stop beating yourself up in this way where he's like, oh, I can hear you all. I know. Yes. I know what you're saying right now. You're saying, who gives a shit, Aaron? Fuck you and your dumb show. And they're just sitting there. These poor beaten souls are like, no, we're watching intently. Why are you yelling at us? Sure, there's only 600 of us, but we're all watching the show. Why are you mad at us?
It's like a training video for young internet trolls. If you've got the guy, this is how he responds. Now, I know you guys are going to hate what I play right now. You got him. You got him. Good job, trolls.
Just a bunch of fuckheads in this chat that aren't interested in what I'm saying. They're like, what?
Otherwise, my audience.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I keep doing this, though, because Moody corrected me. Last time we talked about Aaron, I said, I don't get it. Why do his subscribers fluctuate so much? Like, every month, the way like Patreon works, I think they've kind of corrected this over the last year or so. But the way it would work was like on the first of the month, it would wipe out any like cards that expired, people that cancel, those numbers show up, blah, blah, blah. So your number on Patreon would go down by like 30 or 40 in a month. And then it would work its way up. Some of those people would come back. They didn't realize their account was canceled, whatever. And luckily, since we started this podcast, every month has been positive. So I ignorantly said, like, we've had more at the end of one month than we had at the end of the prior month. And that's been pretty consistent. So I asked, why is Aaron's fluctuating so much? He's down by hundreds, and then he'll work back up, and then he's down by another 100. I didn't understand it. And Moody pointed out that they're all gifted memberships.
That's it.
So people that don't want memberships are getting them. And then at the end of the month being like, obviously I'm not going to renew this. I never wanted it in the first place. And so there aren't passionate people. And I forget why I started this rant, but I'm sure I was going somewhere rather than just sucking my own dick. But that's where we are. I don't remember why I started saying this, but...
It was a great point, Mike. I find
Thanks.
that
Thanks,
entertains
man.
me, and it's not about
I forget.
Jews, thank God. It's not about fucking Israel. It's not even really about protests or anything like that. It's just
that's what I mean. That's what I meant. Is that those people are subscribed to hear whatever I'm talking about. I'm not like, oh, here you go again. You're supporting me to laugh at me, aren't you? You're back. Oh, of course you're back. Your card expired, but you came back to humiliate me, didn't you? That attitude of like, oh, so you motherfuckers, you're just here. And this is what I forget, is that Aaron is a guy who, he actually might be right, as opposed to me in this case, but because his chat is entirely trolls, probably at this point. Like, his live is just people seeking him out to be like, hey, you're a fucking, you eat cum. What's the goal this week? Why aren't you talking about the goal? It's like people just trolling him. And so I forget that. So I do appreciate you guys. That was the point of all this. It wasn't
There are,
pat on the back.
I did hear like on one of the shows that like his true fans, he does have some out there. Like these people do exist.
I'm sure.
We need to find one of those. Electra, write that down. We have to find one of these people and get like an interview where their like voice is covered in their screen. You know,
I had a guy message me. We've talked about this before, and I had a guy message me in response to it and say, I was a Steel Toe fan when April was there. And he said, he was like, I just think Aaron was doing a better show then. He had April to bounce off of. He was talking about more subjects, and they would do like the douchey goal thing at the end, but they kind of tried to make a bit out of it, and it wasn't as egregious as it is now. So I guess those people are just holdovers. And maybe just like Steel Toe's on in the background where they don't even really notice what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Gives me hope as a podcaster. I mean, I can make it maybe.
Yeah.
Some mindless drama, dumb shit that we can make some jokes about. We can make fun of this Nick Shirley guy.
All right, so normal.
And it's someone getting caught in a lie, which I like. But maybe it's because Johnny isn't here, and people don't want to see me do it by myself. But I'm a little.
That's definitely what it is. Johnny inspires. If you watch Johnny, boy, what a lightning rod that guy is.
Really, not at the same show without him, honestly.
Maybe it's because Johnny's not here. What an interesting little wrinkle to throw in there. Yeah, you guys probably hate the show because Johnny's not here. The guy that everyone makes fun of and adds nothing to the show.
And Aaron ignores and shits on when he is there.
We heard Aaron already say, like, oh, hopefully you guys hate that Johnny's not here because he's not here today. That's good news.
He's such a Debbie Downer all the time. That's all he
is.
does.
He's Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. He's Eeyore.
Well, I guess you guys don't want to give me money, I bet. I'll just talk about this story for myself like an idiot.
I'll just sit in the hot tub alone.
Yeah, maybe he has some reasons to be like that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Not discouraged about today, but I'm a little unsure of myself. I'll say that. So see if you can do anything you can to help.
To be clear, I'm not discouraged.
Just unsure.
That's nice after all that, yeah.
I look down at my man parts and I get a little unsure.
Throw a couple memberships at us, and let's see if we can't get out of this slump we're in the mornings.
Yeah.
Things go up, things go down.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what Buffett told me.
He's
Hang
like,
on, hang in there.
I wish my dick had 3 chins like my face does.
Hey-o. It does,
Sorry.
Mike. He's very.
Mike, he does
I
have
understand.
a lot
I
of
understand.
chins.
I was able to follow it. Yes.
Okay.
Telling it like it is.
Oh
Honest,
man.
Aaron.
I hope we don't get some harsh truths here that make us question everything.
He did an interview. Now, this is like if I was advising Nick Shirley, and like I can barely stay over 600 viewers, so why should I be advising anyone? But like, if I were advising Nick Shirley,
it just seeps out in every. He can't stop himself.
Such a piece of shit.
Where he's, who am I? I'm just some fucking loser. But he's also the best to ever do it. He's on the Mount Rushmore broadcasters. He has better numbers than all of us, by the way. He has way better numbers than me. And meanwhile, no one's watching him at the same time. It's weird how that works.
I would tell him, dude.
He's like a country with only like poor people and ultra rich. There is no middle class.
Yes.
I'm the worst. I'm the best. I can't just be me, you know.
Don't do
That's
interviews.
why Nick Shirley's an idiot now.
All right. Make your point. Make your investigations. Because I don't even take this kid seriously as an investigative journalist anymore. The minute he started putting out Leering Center hoodies, I'm like, okay, you're a gimmick. You're a grifter.
What?
P.S. Buy my Twister. Signed Twister from steeltoe.com.
Hey, why aren't any of the new people fucking sending me money? All these new views we got, they should send me money. And this Nick Shirley guy's a grifter. Well, Nick Shirley is probably capitalizing on what he wants to be doing. Unlike you, who just saw an opportunity to get a lot of views for something you don't give a shit about.
And think about it, the guy is selling like a sweatshirt that makes fun of a place that's taking money from the government, possibly that's misspelled something. That's funny. Aaron is selling a twister from his foursome that he got thrown out. I mean, they're a little different, right?
And Aaron has stuff like, hey, become a Steel Toe VIP member and get a new piece of merch every month or whatever the fuck he does. And it's like either you're hawking a lot of merch or you're sending them the same shirt every month. I don't understand that.
Maybe that's why they stay. They're like the one shirt. They get 12 of them a year.
Yeah.
OCD motherfucker.
As an investigative journalist anymore. The minute he started putting out Leering Center hoodies, I'm like, okay, you're a gimmick. You're a grifter. The conservative anti-fraud thing is hot right now. That's what you're doing.
You don't care
And
what we do. Anyways, Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble. Come on, gang. Let's rattle that can.
Sorry, I could probably have a lot more viewers if I just sucked the guy's dick and said he's based and he's great and everything else. One of my biggest problems I have is that I'm fucking honest and I call shit as it is. And I even get heat from you guys when I do it. But I'm sorry, I'm right
Aaron,
and I can't
stop
have
being so honest.
Too much honesty.
Ah, these truths you're hitting us with.
And by the way, his numbers were higher when he was sucking dick. So maybe go back to that.
Aaron's too honest. April's upstairs making candied bacon right now. This guy's too honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna see my kids today. I'm honest, Aaron.
help it. I'll die and continue to slide into irrelevancy and, whatever. Nailing it, crushing it, fucking being right. And you can jump on with me if you want. I know I could be in the thousands if I would go, Nick Shirley's great. Nick Thornton's great.
Hold on. I know I could be in the thousands. Boy, this guy really dreams big. This video could have thousands of views one day.
The face he's making right now, Mike, is... I like
he
that you say
really
that.
knows how to reach for the stars.
Yes, I'm seeing that.
Great. Nick Thornton's great. Like if I fed you that slop. But as an entertainer, I can't do that to my audience. You guys pay me money to do this show.
Well,
I'm
are
not
you
going
an
to...
entertainer or are you speaking truth to power? Which is it? Because as an entertainer, I can't just say... No, as an entertainer, you could do... That's exactly what you could do. Is just say whatever gets you the most eyeballs. As an entertainer, you could do that. But you're saying that you're too fucking real, man. You're the code you live by won't allow you to do that.
The toe code.
To sit here and feed you slop I don't believe in just so I can get more people to go, oh, I like the Aaron guy. He really did. No, I got to tell it like it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a good voice to do because your actual audience chants the N and F words at your events. But you wouldn't want to attract fucking rednecks. Hey, I like this Aaron guy. There's a fag chant at the Steel Toe Live.
The Aaron guy, he really did. No, I got to tell it like it is. I'm sorry. And if you don't like it, I've never been afraid of alienating people by telling it like it is.
It's bold. It's bold. You got to give it to him. Yeah, absolutely.
Johnny is up next.
Oh, this poor bastard. Johnny just takes a lot of shit. He's just a disabled guy that says nothing and wants $50 from Aaron for showing up. That's all he is. You know, like, and I don't blame Johnny for that. Like, go. If that's what you guys did, like if that's what Casey did when he showed up here, is just sat there, said nothing, brought nothing to the podcast, and said, would you give me $50 a day for doing that? And I said, yes. That's on me, not him. But this is where Aaron's going to blame it all on Johnny.
G. Shepardini with $2 says, the zip tie is a better co-host than Johnny. I mean, I'll be honest. I wish Johnny would have told me yesterday because, like, I would have prepped a different show. But I'm still fine with today's show. I still like it.
What prep would you do differently without Johnny there? Or, I'm sorry, what more do you have to prep with Johnny there? With Johnny, I would think, hey, I have this anchor tied around my neck. I better do extra prep.
I have to click this button that says add to scene. One extra person.
Yeah, what is he doing differently with Johnny there? The dynamic Johnny. And don't get me started on Oz, what Oz has brought to the table on this show. Oh, it's been electric.
Oz really makes Johnny look good. I got to say. Oz is helping Johnny out.
Yeah.
6:07. I mean, 53 minutes before you're coming on, and I've already started the show. I'm not complaining. It's mildly annoying, but thank you. I mean, I will say that
annoying that this disabled guy just has random bouts of disability.
Mm-hmm.
But he wakes up sick or whatever the fuck he does, and it's for some reason it's not on my schedule. It's really annoying that happens.
Yes.
It is when Johnny doesn't show and he calls in out of the blue and says, I just don't feel like it today. I don't feel good. It is nice when you get compliments from other people like, hey, I like a solo show once in a while. So
He's
I
a
do it.
dying man, you jackass. Didn't Johnny recently say he had like 6 months to live or something? And he outkicked that, like he lived longer than he was supposed. The guy could die at any minute.
And cast your mind's eye back to the time where Johnny was slowly falling out of a chair and Aaron was laughing and pointing. So,
and Aaron just like, yeah, you know what, guys? You're right. It is rude of him not to be more prepared for this show. And again, I totally get that. Like, if this guy's not adding into the show, don't have him on. Don't do this thing where you're pretending the show would be so much different if Johnny was on. That's just not. We've heard it. That's not true.
Appreciate that. And
I forgot. This must be Monday or Tuesday, by the way, when Johnny was on the show, or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday's show, now that I realize. Good to know.
You watched this whole show, Mike. I think that's a bigger story here than...
Not only that, as I told you before the show, we were out Friday night, and I came home a little tipsy. I wouldn't say shit-faced, but I had a few. And the skirt went to bed, and I said, I'm staying awake to clip this show.
I'm going to be a naughty boy. I'm going to watch some toe.
Yeah. It does help to have a little buzz on for it, though. I will say that. At triple speed.
That's the part that I was, okay, triple speed, because the 5 hours straight of that, we
Triple
may have
speed,
to have...
and fast forward, if you kids are looking to clip steel toe out there, triple speed, you got to pay for premium. And you got to fast forward through the political parts in order to do that on YouTube.
Still over 600. I mean, sure, we're about 80 off on Rumble and about 40 off on YouTube, but it goes up, it goes down. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, throw a couple memberships our
If it
way.
goes up and down, why point it out? And by
Why
the
does
way,
it matter?
as Moody has exposed, it only goes up. Because it's a what's the term I'm looking for? They compile. It's a compilation of the numbers as opposed to a moving, like, here's who's watching live.
So every time you watch it, it piles them up. Yes, I can't think of the name either. It does start with a C. Yeah. Fucking A. Electra, you got it? You got the word? C? No, she doesn't.
We appreciate the
Collation.
No, that's not it.
That's
Damn
right.
it.
That's definitely.
It could work though. It could work.
Runs.
Now up next, prank.
Ooh, let's see what this little rascal is up to.
Cumulative.
Yes,
thank you. I did.
So we're gonna call a little bit later today.
Too, I guess.
And we are going to see if we can enroll our autistic son, Johnny, into this organization. We're going to ask him about their website and everything else. They're open, Aaron. Call. Nope, I got it. Look, man. Man runs a business. I got to make the money. If it's something the audience wants to hear, we'll knock it out, and we're very close. I can't tell you where, and I can't say the G word. Bang it out. Everybody throw in a number.
I'm glad he doesn't say the G word there. That would be tawdry. I don't care for that.
Gay?
He can't say goal. Don't you understand?
Oh,
goal. Gay flies 70 times a show. There's no problem.
Very much loves gay.
He cannot say goal. But what this man is saying here is Aaron, for the first time, I'm trying to think of another example of this, and I can't in the time that I've been covering Aaron. So to me, it's the first time Aaron has had an idea. And the idea is that he's prank calling someone and saying that his retarded son, Johnny, wants to be part of the school or whatever.
Is he talking about his co-host?
Well, that's the joke, yes.
Oh, God.
The joke is that the kid is named Johnny. So Aaron has this idea, and he's like, I'm going to prank call this school. And they say, yeah, Aaron, do it. Finally, you're doing something. That's so exciting that you're going to do something. And Aaron goes, oh, you idiots. You think I'm just going to do that? You are dead wrong. I need you to pay me in order to finally do something on this show. And these people are like, God damn it, man. What the fuck? I thought we were actually going to watch. He goes, what are you, dumb? You think I'm just going to do that? You got to pay me first. Listen to this retard.
Imagine basketball players like, pay me per basket. Like, I just made one, pay me.
Yeah,
Like,
he wants to be a prostitute, basically. That's the whole gimmick here.
Yeah, but yes.
Pay me to do this.
Yes, pay me per service. Yeah.
Yeah.
Membership will be fine, and I'll do it as soon as it hits zero. As soon as it hits zero. All right? I think if people really want it bad enough, we'll
I
catch
want it
the
so
W.
bad. I want to hear that prank call so bad. I bet it's going to... You're not one of the jerky boys, Aaron. No one's paying you to make prank calls.
When was the last time you bought some groceries, Aaron? You see the price of this shit? Money ain't out there just to give to idiots like you.
You first, and I'll tell you, I'm very excited to call.
He's really excited.
I'm excited to call. I won't if you don't give me any money, but I'm excited for it.
Isn't that illegal to do prank calls anymore now anyways? Like, you can get totally in trouble for that.
Depends where.
You're thinking of radio?
Yeah.
Podcasting is different where if you're in a one-party state or you're calling a business where they know they're being recorded, that stuff I'm not totally sure on.
Okay.
But yeah, radio for sure. I
thought it was pretty taboo, at least on radio for
radio,
sure.
absolutely. Yeah. You can't do it on radio anymore. That's why all those like second date update and shit, those are all like fake. Or War of the Roses is what I'm thinking of. Those are all like fake.
Right. We all love prank calls. I mean, they're great. His would not be great.
I suspect not. Hey, Johnny's retarded. And the person on the phone is like, what?
Pay up. Mike, it's rally time.
Ooh, baby. All right. We're due for a rally. We haven't rallied in
Gobble. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Get your gobble.
All right, guys, don't let this be an L.
Oh,
let's do the rally.
It always starts with the L.
That's the tone you like to hear from your podcast. All right, guys. Let's fucking do this. Give me your money. Come on. What do you say? Ooh, all right. No, I'm going to motivate myself. Yeah. Give me money. All right. I'm there now. I'm back.
It's money, Aaron. Remember, it's money. All right. Yeah, now I'm excited.
Let's do the rally. We're close. I mean, we're just about there. Let's fire up the first song and let's see if we can knock it out. Let's be able to walk away with a W. The number is $60. That's it. We're $60 away from today's goal. Please help us knock it out. I'd appreciate it. You know, sorry if I didn't give you the best show today. Numbers are down statistically. Doesn't necessarily mean the show is.
So numbers are down, meaning people aren't watching. How would the people not watching know it's a bad show?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
If I'm one of those 218,000 new people and I'm like, is this Nazi music? And he's telling me he sucks. Why am I going to stick around to this?
But what's great is he's playing Nazi music half-heartedly.
Yes, he's not.
All right.
This is so sad. I'm so sad.
Let's play the Nazi music. Here we go.
It's a sad racist. It's just,
marching music behind him, and he's like, "Come on, give me your money." But like, here's what Aaron never really takes into consideration. Numbers being down would suggest that your past shows have sucked, not the show you're currently doing. If no one watched the entire episode, it doesn't mean that show is bad. That show might be great. It could be a hidden gem that no one is watching. What it means is every show prior to this was bad enough that the people that watch every week are like, I'm going to sit this one out. It's just been exhausting.
You're telling us there's a pattern, Aaron, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Shit. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Let's just hammer out that last 60 and call it a win. It doesn't always have to be 700, 800 people watching at a time. As long as we get the win, we've got a good evening show coming tonight.
So here on YouTube, sometimes we have 500-600 people watching live. Sometimes we have 700-800. They are the exact same shows. It is meaningless, the amount of people that Aaron is talking about. I've never seen the number of people watching live. I look back at the end of the episode and I look at concurrent views. If it's 650 or if it's 850, I'm never like, oh, what a failure that was. We had 200 more people last week. It's so crazy to live and die by these random numbers.
They do sort of tell you things on content. Like if you're actually looking for information out of that data set, you can be like, oh, fucking Coach HP. 0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, data point.
But I already know that. Like, less people give a fuck about Coach HP or... I mean, like, I guess it would tell you, if more people are interested in Seth Simons, like, maybe I wasn't expecting that, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, it'll give you information like that, but I'm never like, what a whirlwind it was. You had 100 more people watching today.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know comparison is the bane of all existence, but I did see Steel Toe pop up on my algorithm the other day.
Mm-hmm.
He had like 128 people watching.
Oh, you're buying into the lies, Electra.
I know. The YouTube lies.
You're feeding into the lie. YouTube throttles him. You have to look at his Rumble studio, which only he can see. Only he can.
That was clearly the night show too, and they don't support him in the way that they should.
You know, the night show has been misbehaving lately. Like, don't you know these things? The night show is very bad.
I'm terrible.
They need a visit to the vice principal office. The night show really do.
They get naughty at night.
You're talking.
You got the Natalie saga perhaps coming to a head. I'm just asking all you, throw in a little something if you appreciate the show. You know the drill. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rant. 60 away. It's very, very doable. We took an L yesterday. Let's see if we can get ourselves a W today. Please and thank you.
Turn up the Nazi music and cry. The saddest Nazi I've ever seen.
As I often say this when we talk about the goal. The goal starts at 350 or whatever it is. The goal is always doable. It's an amount of money that human beings have, of course. He's always like, hey, guys, we're down to $50 here. That's doable. Doable in what sense? That people have $50 that they can throw away? Yes. I suppose that's true. That's any amount that you've asked for. It doesn't mean they have to pay you or should pay you.
I know 401ks exist, guys. Come on. Empty that sucker out.
All right. We'll see who starts it off here. Cleaner, it's not about cutting costs or anything like that. It's about hitting the number that we set. I'm going to say goodbye to Cleaner.
Guy says
What is it not about? Go back.
A guy says, manage your overhead a little better. And he's like, get out of here.
Yeah, I want to hear that again. What is it not about? Let me hear that. Because I thought it was sound advice.
Yeah, his name is Cleaner here.
Cleaner, it's not about cutting costs or anything like that. It's about hitting the number that we set. I'm going to say goodbye to Cleaner. I just...
Why does he get banned for that?
That's some sensible advice. He's out of here.
Hey, man, spend less money and you won't have to make as much. Like, you're complaining about paying Johnny. Like, what if you get rid of him? We don't notice him on the show anyways. What if you stop paying Johnny? You're banned. Get out of here. That's it. It was too far.
It's about a made-up number in my head.
Aaron is playing, let's not forget this. Aaron is playing a Nazi marching song.
He is.
And this guy who's like, well, if you spend less money, you'll have less overhead. And Aaron's like, you're banned, friend. That's too far. That was too much. We can't tolerate that here.
The Nazi banned the capitalist. It's hilarious.
Just for today, buddy. You're just a dick. It's a fucking dick. On a wall, gifting a membership.
Don't tell me how to spend. He gets very mad when you tell him how to spend his money, which is ironic because that's all he tells you to do.
Right, yeah. He's telling you exactly how to spend your money every day, many times.
No gimmicks is the next one.
Oh, good. When I heard the Nazi song, I was worried we were getting. And by the way, that's Aaron who calls it like it's the White Power Hour song. It's not my interpretation. Aaron's like, "Hey, gang, we're gonna play a little Nazi music. Will that get you to give us some money?" But
How is it possible that doesn't get a strike on YouTube? His White Power Hour and the Nazi.
It's just a song. It's just a song, and I'm guessing there's no copyright on it. It might be public domain now.
Probably by now.
And I don't think it's like if you translate it, I don't think it's like a hateful song. I think it's just a song. Either the writer was a Nazi or they adopted it or something like that.
So the AI bots don't know that it's
not high,
horrible.
Yes, it's not
racist.
So I actually have some news on this front here. So I do know people over in Playa. Some friends work over at YouTube, and I had to ask them. I asked them, do you guys study smaller channels that have like an obscene amount of money coming in to see what they're doing right? And they're like, yeah, we have whole departments devoted to that. I think YouTube protects Aaron because Aaron is like an autistic YouTuber, and he comes up with ways to make money and gamify YouTube that YouTube has used. We're looking at things on YouTube now that only existed before on Steel Toe. And now they exist on YouTube at all for all of us to use. And then
like
when
the
I asked,
goal, it became a thing on YouTube. They made a goal button.
the hype button.
The hype button.
Boy, that's true. I never thought about that.
It's true.
Because he like MLC, Aaron, Stut Joe, Shuli Network, all these shows outpunch their weight when it comes to super chats, money coming in, memberships. YouTube's looking at this like we have places with 2 million subscribers that get this kind of money. Let's look and see what these guys are doing. Aaron is sort of like, I think weirdly looked at as like a prototype of how you can monetize the weirdest parts of YouTube. And that's why he doesn't get kicked off.
He's an innovator and a trailblazer.
He is. Yeah, it's weird. He is.
In a horrible way, but yes, I guess.
In a way, like, the Jewish owners of YouTube are listening to Nazi music to learn how to make money. It's amazing.
Obviously, we won't have the Nazi song, but this guy's on.
This is irony. No gimmicks, though, Mike. No gimmicks.
Okay, good.
$50 away from today. I don't want to take 2 L's in a row. And again, you can't convince
a techno version of Hulk Hogan's walking music.
No gimmicks. None.
It's me that we're not doing solid programs for you. Consider a 5 or a 10 and help us knock out that 50 and show that this morning show's got some legs here. All right.
I'm listening to the song.
Approachable says, spin the wheel of gimmicks and see what next. The whole not talking about the goal and rallying at the end thing is wearing off. I'm out of gimmicks, man. I'm out of gimmicks. I just want to,
I'm out of gimmicks. I'm sorry. What are we listening to?
I'm out of gimmicks, guys.
Any video game from the 80s is so bad.
Literally playing a song in tribute to the king of gimmicks, fucking Hulk Hogan.
2 good shows and Notch wins at the end. Thank you, Main Vein, for being such an amazing supporter of this program. $20 from Main Vein. He says, personally, I like the show better without Johnny. You interact with the audience more. Also, more racism, please. 35 away from today.
Yes.
Yeah. More racism.
I'll put that into the file. People are liking the racism. I'll ramp that up.
Come on, baby. Let's do it. Main Vein is at 57.
I actually like that song.
It was catchy. I liked it too.
It's like you're playing a Nintendo watching him. It's fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Finally, our last clip of the day. Wrap it up, Toe.
Oh man. I hope Aaron got everything he wanted. That's all I hope for.
2 L's. We got to avoid 2 L's in a row here, Mike.
Absolutely.
It's not been the best statistical week for the Toe in the mornings. I'd really like to hit this 30 and at least
It is. It feels like we're playing fucking Super Mario. Aaron's gobbling money.
It's Mario Kart. I'm about to shoot you with my mushroom.
Notch a W for the old Toe, please. Big drops, guys. We got about a minute. We got about 1 minute.
Come on.
Balls deep with $1.49. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate any little bit.
Balls deep's not helping too much. $1.49. Come on, man.
You guys throw in, I appreciate. Hard to go from this weekend's big amount of success to slamming back to earth so hard here. So come on.
Why do this to yourself? Aaron, that's the thing is like, that is good for him that he got all those views on a thing that does kind of fit his show. It's like politics. Like, it's a subject Aaron would talk about on this show. Just take that as the win. And when Aaron had a real win, he doesn't accept it. He has to humiliate himself and be like, I guess we come crashing back down to... What did you think was going to make you a millionaire, Aaron? Why would that translate into people donating you money days later?
We've watched a lot of these, and I have never seen Aaron sadder about the success he just had. It's amazing.
But put yourself in the mentality of someone watching those protest videos, one of the hundreds of thousands of people that scrolled by Aaron's video. Put yourself in that guy's shoes. Hey, you watched a little of the Minnesota protest, yes, ICE? I did, as a matter of fact, yes. I absolutely did. So, obviously, that was what? Sunday night, Monday night? Yes. So, Thursday, you're going to give to the channel. You're going to go back to that channel and give them money, right? Well, of course. I'm a human being, aren't I? It's only natural. Why think of anything like this? Ferguson, Missouri, any coverage you've watched of protests, whatever. You've never thought, how can I give days later to the people who were filming it and saying nothing in the background?
So the way to change this, Aaron, is to go out to those protests, but get on camera and then do goal talk. Nothing but goal talk while people are murdered behind you. Then when people come to your channel, they're going to expect goal talk.
People for the goal. When you talk to a crazy person who's protesting ICE or whatever they're doing out there, ask them, say, hey, are you familiar with Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, and Venmo?
Probably not. They're probably not.
Just a couple from everybody. $30 away.
I like the
real American.
I like this stopping you sing. I like that it's everyone's responsibility. If everyone gives, it's paying for everyone, not paying for just the few. He's a real liberal that way.
Yes, you're huddled masses.
30's the number. 20 seconds left. Fuck. Well, we took $100 contribution today, and we still fucking lost.
This should be like Saudi Arabian propaganda, honestly. Literally, the true American, a real American song is playing in the background as he is begging people for money and scolding them for not giving. Like, if you hate America, this is the video for you.
Yeah, he got a $100 dono today. I think he should, when he gets a $100 dono, he should give himself a $50 bono for getting a $100 dono. See, he'd be right at the goal right now.
I don't know what's happening.
Bonus, dono. You don't know those words?
I know. I understand. I understand. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Doesn't he do weird math where he gives himself like extra time or a certain amount of money? So I'm saying if he gets $100 donation, like that's a red donation, that should be celebrated with an additional $50 added to it. And
How would he do that?
He just, how does he do any of this? He just makes up the numbers as he goes. He goes, hey, we got 100. That's an extra 50.
Interesting.
Boom.
Hold on me. I gotta. That's on me right there. $30 away. About 5 seconds left, you guys. Please and thank you. I don't know what would change your mind at this point. It's just, what do you do? Numero uno with $20 says, I'd like to see more.
What do you do?
Pro-Jewish content. Dude, I am so for sale after getting taking two L's.
I'll resort to not being anti-Semitic.
I'm curious to see what he thinks pro-Jewish content is. Please.
Hey, listen, I can be bought. I will stoop to the level of not playing a Nazi song if you're willing to pay me for such a deed.
Morals for sale.
In a row on the morning show. 15 away from. Oh, there's 5 from Silverwolf. Thank you very much. $10 away.
Okay, let's get there.
Oh, we're so close.
Knocking it out. Thank you very much. I mean, 10's an L.
Yeah.
You know, but, people are like, you can't do 10 of 30. Why don't you change some of your things? We're still fine. It's still fine. I take knocking it out.
I'm fine. I'm doing fine. I'm very good right now.
I'm so fine.
Everything's perfect.
Life is great.
Reflection of the quality of my program. It's just, ugh. All right. Well, we lost by 90 yesterday. We lost by 10 today. If a couple memberships come in before we sign off here, fucking great. Thank you very much.
I'm ending the show. Hope no one donates before I turn it off.
Hope nothing bad happens.
He's literally going, all right, the show's over in 3, 2, 1 3/4.
Call this Spectrum Works. I appreciate your guys' support. Thank you to Numero Uno for the 5. Looks like we might hit that last $5, that last membership. Let's call this Spectrum Works. It'll make me feel better.
I don't know. Was that a win?
Works means.
Was that a win or a loss?
But he's so down, and it's like, would that last $5? You know, he did. He got a win. I think $5 more came in, if I remember.
It's always a win for the Always.
We're all winners today. Go Pats. You know.
Yeah.
Let's leave people on a positive note. Aaron won. Good job, Aaron. You look great. That was such a great victory for you.
All 3 of your chins.
A regal and prominent win.
That's unbelievable. All right, let's
Hey, super chats.
And then we'll get out of here with some football.
Yeah. It's about time.
Farley Burge, $4.99. Chris is a rich kid. He is never going to be broke. The only thing he is hunting is attention. Love the show.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, his dad is a very successful Hollywood producer, I believe, Bill D'Elia. So I imagine Coach.
So consequences are little to his, he doesn't care.
I would think, yeah.
That shades the story in a whole different way because that dude's been like treating women like that his entire life. So, all right, that makes sense. All right, here we go. Up next, Ray DeVito, the gummy smoker.
Ray DeVito, the gummy smoker, Canadian dollars. Oh my God, I need to go back to bed. Don't be mean.
California bucks coming in.
Pretty
Don't
soon.
be
Can't
mean.
wait.
He looks like a young Jerry Banfield.
Interesting.
Is that me? I don't know. Who looks like
Not
that?
sure.
All right. 712 Colgate here.
I meant if it's in fact legal, then who cares?
And that isn't referring to the previous
Oh,
one.
Chris D'Elia, if rape is legal?
Don't think that ever is so.
Oh, hold on. No. His previous one was, hey, Mike, 17 is legal in New England. Maybe Chris was out here. I'm just saying, who cares? If legal, love the show.
Yeah,
So
obviously. If you had consensual sex with a person of age, I don't give a shit.
Then that would be fine.
Those aren't the accusations.
Congratulations is in order.
talking about something. Yeah, hats off to him.
Isn't that his podcast name? Congratulations with Chris
It is
D'Elia?
actually, yes. Yes, it is.
That is hilarious. Okay.
Horrible name for a podcast.
Yeah.
Germ42, $5. This show might not take 4 hours, but my heart-on will last much, much longer after seeing Casey on screen. Go Pats.
Go Ducks. All right. A few more here.
Dawn Fried Chicken, $4.99. Ask not what Aaron's show can do for you, but what you can do for Aaron's show.
It really is.
That's a great slogan, actually.
It is.
It is.
That is that Don Fried Chicken. That is. He's gonna take that from me.
Dang Lizard, €5. Aaron needs to explain all this view talk and the rules of the gold to his new viewers.
Mhm.
He actually should have gone into crypto talk a long time ago.
That's smart. Dang's nailed it right there, because there's people that might be tuning in and you're hitting them with like you're not giving them all your funniest parts. You know,
Right.
the most mockable parts. And so,
Yeah, he won't say the G. Imagine you're learning for the first time, and he's like, "We can't say the G word," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah, that's why I said gay. I thought
Is that
what
gerrymander?
he's
No,
trying
no.
Not to say? Gerrymander. That would have been smarter. You're right. Freeman 3, $5. So the gobble grab is done already?
There was not one gobble grab in that whole video, Mike.
No, I didn't see any gobble grabs, unfortunately.
You know
Maybe-
why?
Why?
No gimmicks.
That's right. He's not at gimmicks. I'm out of.
Shin is the gobble grab. Dang Lizard. Penny won't be happy to find out that the big dork likes to go on Blind Mike Project to talk about Electra's tatas. I don't think that's true, buddy. But
What is
thank
this
you,
in-
Dang Lizard.
What is this?
I don't
This is
know.
what you're going to deal with starting on Thursdays, Mike. Have fun, baby.
Oh no! Yeah, I could see this new show lasting like 3 weeks.
I like Penny. She's my friend.
I don't know who the fuck Penny is or
I
anything.
don't. It's
You're
okay.
like, back to woke Chad.
Go watch our show. At BP Slick, $5. At least Aaron didn't shit his pants on a live stream. Another win for the toe pants.
I thought about talking about John. I was just saying, do we do a John or a Steel Toe segment? We've done John a couple weeks in a row, so I didn't do it. But I am fascinated that John, I think, clearly shit his pants.
Mike, I have been.
Pants?
Hold on, Mike. I have been playing guitar for 30 years now. I have never stopped mid-song to go to the bathroom. Never, never.
And then made this noise.
Oh dear.
And then get up and hold your ass as you walk to the bathroom.
Those are some signs. You might be a redneck if.
But Casey, you also don't poop anywhere outside of your own home, so
This is true
You
for
must be
us.
able to hold it a long time.
Is that true?
Well, other than my dad's house when I was taking care of him before he passed away.
I mean, you won't? Like, if you're in public and you have to shit, you won't do it?
I've
outside
taken
of his
jobs where my main question in the interview is, do I have enough time to come home at lunch? So, yes, I don't like moving anywhere else.
That's great. I get not wanting to shit in public, but like the idea of refusing to do it.
No, my colon is well trained. It is.
Okay.
It will sit there on the
He's
sideline
on
like a camel.
clock.
It's impressive.
Blind Mike, where can people find you? Speaking of
BlindMike.net is your home for all Blind Mike links. Whatever else you need of ours. Wherever you get podcasts. Video is on Spotify now. That's very exciting, isn't it?
That is. That's fun. Yeah.
2 places. So yeah, give us 5 stars on Spotify. Follow us there or wherever you get podcasts, or right here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys doing that. Helps more people find the show if you engage in that way. So we appreciate that. And if you want early access and bonus content, we just did a bonus episode this week. Me and Craig did a bonus Blind Mike project, and you get Why You Laughing Early. So check that out if you want to become a member on Patreon or YouTube. We appreciate you guys doing that. All the links are blindmike.net. And you can go to hackridestudios.com to follow what these two are doing.
That's right. Real quick, we had one sneak in here under the wire, so let's get it in. 712 Colgate, $1.99, plus the way John looked to the side when he walked away like he was caught pooping.
Well,
We caught you pooping.
What's really interesting is John now, when people are like, oh, you shit your pants. You got up and shit your pants. And he goes, nah. I said I had to go to the bathroom. I was lying. I got a delivery. And it's like, why were you lying in that moment? You didn't know anyone thought you shit your pants. Why would you lie and say you got up to get a delivery and then come back and say, I just painted the toilet brown?
That part.
Why would you do any of that if there was nothing to hide in the first place?
It's also suspect. Mike, with HACKRIDE Studios, right after this show, you can catch maybe the best show we ever have done, the Unboxing the Eric Actor, The Only Trip to Sirius. We did that a couple nights ago, but got taken down immediately. So re-uploading, and it is on right after this. You can stay and chat. It will transfer right over.
Cool.
Luigi Greenberg almost dies in the episode from
Even
lack
better.
Of lack of oxygen. We laugh so hard. Eric comes into the studio, and the faces he makes are fucking insane. So if you ever wanted to watch
check that out, because I've wanted to watch. I mentioned this to you when you started that.
Yeah.
I've never been able to find in full Eric at Sirius.
It's
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'll check that out.
Yeah. Up next, right here, and then go Patriots, go Rams.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you guys. Thank you to Casey and Electra. Go follow them everywhere. Support them. And support Craig however you can do that. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
And we have a meme transition.
Hey, it's Boogie. Sappers through the way, everyone up.
Now, this is a very interesting tip. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh? What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it. One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story. Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it.
Stop, my belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
Was that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay. I hope nothing's bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.
I want to come.